And we should be good. Hello, everyone.
Greetings, interwebs.
Hello.
Hi, and welcome to TPK. We're a collection of nerds, voice actors, storytellers, and just general idiots.
We play TTRPGs.
Yes, we play TTRPGs live every Sunday. And these are all of our lovely TikTok creators: Rat Pack 3Ps, Madi to the Max, The Reading Dragon,
and to nothing.
and Dreaming a Soul Day.
Also, my roommate is sanding a door in the backyard, so if it gets too loud, let me know and I will.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, right?
I'm just glad my boyfriend made his salsa when he did, because our blender, while it's fantastic, it's a ninja, blenders are loud in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, blenders are loud devices.
Also, we might lose power for like 2 seconds at some point. So if we just randomly disappear, both of us at once, that's probably what happened.
Okay.
It's happened twice already today.
We'll say the demon suddenly grabbed the captain and
The cheerleader.
And Laura.
Laura, right? And just suddenly they disappeared.
It's the cheerleader.
First you tell me I should look blown out, and then you don't remember my name.
I'm sorry, baby. I picked someone else. Fame went to my head. I'm now signed with an agent, and I can't have time for you little people.
We'll find that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
If
You know
that's
what?
how you want to play it.
You know what? That's fair. Honest to God. I feel like, yeah, I'm sick of me too.
No.
I'm gonna just go crawl back into bed and cry about it.
You're not allowed to be sick of you until we say you can be sick of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Excuse you? I've been with me for quite some time, my man.
And
It's been like a year, Max.
Exactly. You're too close to the situation. You need an outside observer.
Oh, okay.
You're an
sure, yeah, I
artist.
need
You
to
can't judge your own art.
I need to be less biased.
Yes, you are your own art.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have we also mentioned that we get off track very easily here?
You're not.
Still,
if you don't like that, you're on the wrong
focused
show.
on something from what Maddie said earlier before the stream
I'm
started.
fairly certain
still
90% of us have
hyper-focused
ADHD, if not 100% of us.
Oh.
So,
my doctor and I just found out that I have ADD, or at least ADD.
it's the same thing.
on it. It is the same thing.
Still, we did the Adderall test.
Just a fun fact, ADD is just what we used to call ADHD. We used to see them as separate things, but we now know that they are the same actual condition.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It's just
be
welcome
sure
to the
show. Yeah. Check us out on all our social media. All of these guys are up to such wonderful things and wonderful projects. Maddie, I saw actually your video of the voice reel that you put out. I think not too long ago. Was that a couple weeks ago? On YouTube?
You put out a new voice reel?
Oh yeah. I put out my new voiceover demo. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I need to go watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Mhm.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. I'm surprised I forgot to put that on the Twitter, which we do have. We have a Twitter at Knockouts Party where we post I post updates. The Book Nook has an Instagram channel now. I found out.
Yes.
Yes. And the
Yes,
little
we have-
chibis that you have for you guys are so cute.
Yeah, Lady Punnet did that. Pulling up another
Oh,
one.
they're so
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah.
And you
And we live stream on Twitch every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So on Pacific Standard Time, that's 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, that's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's 11 a.m. And if you don't happen to catch us live on Twitch on Wednesdays, we post a new episode on Mondays, I believe. But we also have our podcast on anchor.fm on Mondays and Thursdays.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Ryan, I haven't caught up with anything that you're doing. I'm sorry. I'm so
Fine.
sorry.
So, a couple of things I'm doing. I'm working on a new webcomic. I
Right.
do not know how to draw very well. So, part of the stuff I'm doing on TikTok is me trying to learn how to draw like Phil Barassa. If you don't know who that is, Phil Barassa is a character designer. He's done work for the Young Justice series. He's also most recently done the work for the Legend of Vox Machina show.
It's a little thing.
Yeah. I like his art style, and I really like it for the story I want to tell. So I'm trying to learn to draw like him, and you can come and watch me do that. I'm also talking about the world that I'm trying to build for the webcomic I am working on. So you might like that. I also do stuff on YouTube. I'm just fucking everywhere. I have I'm part of the, oh god, my brain has lost the name of the server that I'm on. Questcraft. I'm part of the Questcraft Minecraft server. Holy crap. So I will be getting back to making videos for that very soon because I can get logged in to the server again. So I do that, and I also do stuff on my main YouTube channel, which is just like everything. just fucking anything. So if you want to go and check me out at any of those places, or you want to help support the main campaign that we run here on TPK, you could also check out my Patreon. It helps out a lot. You have no idea. We have like 2 patrons. I get like $6 a month, and that alone has helped out like immensely so many times.
Hey Ryan, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you have a link tree?
Yes, I do. I believe.
Okay.
It should be in the
Should be
description below.
Good. Because that is where our lovely viewers will find all the stuff as well as all of our other link trees.
Yes.
All links for everything are in the description below. Please go and check that out if you would be so kind. It does help. Just going and checking out our cursory stuff, even if you don't follow or subscribe, literally just looking at our stuff helps out a bunch.
Yeah.
And we appreciate
seriously.
everything that you guys do for us.
Or even just sharing our links to other social media sites too. So that way we get more interactions and more traction.
Right,
If
especially
you
that.
think anybody would enjoy our shenanigans that we get up to here or on our own personal social medias, then please share us around as much as you possibly can, because it helps out so incredibly much.
So much shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Have a spread like a fungus.
Because there's always a fungus among us.
It's me.
Keep it up. That's going to be your next encounter.
I mean, I deal with shrooms on the D&D campaign I run, so
Look, what you do in your own free time is your own business.
What you do in your own campaign is your business.
And also
shrooms,
just
zombies,
follow,
and skavens.
Just do not incriminate yourself on the internet.
Yeah. Follow Cass on Instagram and on TikTok too. And hopefully, I'm trying to learn how to sort of like work with DaVinci Resolve, so that I can get the reaction videos out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I reacted to the Legend of Vox Machina animated series on Amazon Prime. As an avid fan of Campaign 1, I'm gonna try and make this entertaining, because my jaw was on the floor the entire time, pretty much. But
I want to see your reaction to the final episode. I want to see that
Anybody
so
can guess
badly.
who her favorite character is.
Don't go
With
back 2
absolutely
episodes.
nothing.
Yeah, don't go back 2
Frog.
episodes
She loves
ago.
Frog.
Yeah, I mean,
You can tell by her aesthetic.
Stone Giant.
She likes
Yeah.
she likes them big and stupid. Oh wait, no, that's me.
To be fair though, Grog is a fucking sweetheart.
Oh my
he
god.
is. I love him
Grog.
so much.
Although I think my favorite is actually Keela.
Keyless is great. She's a close second.
I could
So.
see that, definitely.
Keyleth
sure.
is
Well,
a
actually,
spam.
no. Vax is more my second. Vax and Beth are my second. Oh gosh. Okay, so
Yeah, it's Keyleth followed by Grog.
enough
Chosen.
of me trying to
Anyway,
delay the inevitable because I'm totally not nervous.
You're definitely ready, right?
I'm definitely
Yeah.
just so ready.
Totally.
You've been
and-
preparing
got
for
so
this,
much
right?
You got everything you need, right?
And we're
You've got all your
actually not going
notes
to do
and-
some weird choices that'll just throw a wrench into your plan at all.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally. Okay. By the way, if you guys don't know, or if
Set
this is your first
TM on fire this time.
if you guys don't know or haven't been catching up, or is this the first time you watching us, we are playing Monster of the Week. It's powered by the Apocalypse system, created by Michael Sands. And it's just a fun time, a very simple and easy system. It's very spooky, and we are playing Tales of, my sort of like campaign, Tales of Willowbrook, where all of these lovely people play hunters and are out to finally maybe hunt some monsters?
Ooh.
Maybe?
Yeah. Not
Maybe.
actually-
So
not the
what
kind of
we're
monsters that are the stuff of nightmares, the like literal in your face the stuff of nightmares.
so guys,
Finally, I can stab something.
as we agreed in the group chat earlier, we're going back into town and getting ice cream, and we're just gonna RP for the rest of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
take
yeah.
Laura
We're-
Man,
we're
I don't
gonna
gotta do
figure
nothing,
out
that's
how
great.
everybody's
Take Laura
zodiac
home.
sign.
I don't gotta
Then
do
we're gonna
nothing.
do some quizzes.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna get
You
the
bugging
magazines and the quizzes.
What does your crush think about you?
What does your zodiac say about your personality?
Incarnation is this zodiac BS.
Based on your hair color, this is the kind of person you should date. Like some
What?
weird crap like they came up with
Right.
weird crap like that
The 90s
all the
had weird
time.
magazines.
Oh my
okay?
God.
It was weird.
Okay, but here, let us return back to the small town of Willowbrook. And we will pick off where we left off with all of you making your way into the forest at night. There is still sort of like the rustling of leaves from a low, cold breeze in the treetops. You guys see the moon shining above you. That's actually not as bright as the sword, as the star sword that Captain is carrying in front, probably leading the charge as he's following the way towards the bead of, let's call it bead of information that you picked up literally in a 5 and dime. From from a mysterious stone that was.
Let's be honest here. We stole from a 5 and dime.
You
No,
picked
but
it
you
off,
did
off
something.
the shelf.
And then we kept
and
your
walked
word.
out with it.
Yeah.
Equivalent exchange, my dude.
Equivalent. Oh god.
Right?
And Laura's worth a pine cone, apparently.
Give me
Yeah,
flashbacks.
yeah. The fuck is up with that?
I
Pine
mean,
cones are very useful for Lily, okay?
They're
They were used
adorable,
as
too.
projectile weapons,
Sam
and
is
they
still
can make
upset.
excellent padding for things, okay? They're great fire starters. They're very valuable in the woods, okay?
Sam is still mad.
plus they smell nice.
Yeah, they smell
They
great.
smell
I
great.
actually am not a big fan of pine. As a
Mm.
smell.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm not a terribly big fan of pine.
Isn't pine sap really good for things as well?
Oh god. Actual
It
real
can
pine is really good for you. The fake artificial stuff, not so much.
Yeah.
But as we're walking,
Yes.
I wanted to tug on Sam's jacket and be like, "Hey, do you have that stone thing?"
You mean the one that you found in the 5 and dime?
Yeah.
That's still back in the van where Captain put it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The way you reacted to that thing was a little concerning. Just saying.
It
Why
said
d-
mean things. I think we
Exactly.
should bring it though.
Why do you think we should bring it?
I don't know, just a gut feeling. Something the DM said.
Not allowed. That was off. That was off stream. How dare you? Shame. Shame onto your shame.
But she also got a weird message from it. So. It's just a feeling. I don't want it, but I feel like we should have it.
Hey, Captain.
Yum.
Do you think maybe we should have that weird stone with us to maybe help us find the place that we're looking for?
No. Unless you
Okay.
think otherwise.
I mean, little Lily here brings up a good point. It might have some connection. And it did speak
Well.
to her with her gift.
That's news to me.
Really? And Sam looks to Lily. You didn't tell him this?
I didn't tell you anything, technically.
I mean, you did just say it said mean things to you.
Yeah.
And no one knew. I'm figuring that much.
Right then. Let's go get that. But before we do, I want to make sure it's safe.
That would be a good idea.
So we go back to the mystery machine.
Sure. I'm gonna say it doesn't take you too long. You guys weren't walking for too long. Maybe about an hour back.
We go back inside, and real quick, I want to try and use fabricate because I have this option.
Okay.
To create a box that will block any extra dimensional anchoring.
Please make it look like a little lunchbox.
Can it be a 10 lunchbox?
It could be whatever. It could be whatever he wishes it could be.
Okay.
I was thinking it was going to be a little blue police box.
Okay.
Wow,
Like
how
a
original.
cookie jar style. Definitely.
Sorry.
No, I'm gonna put it in a pocket watch.
I mean,
you can.
Yeah.
But you're using fabricate.
Yes.
Right. You have that as an action scientist?
Yes.
Where do you-
Because one of my action scientist things allows me to take a feat from a different class.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I
Somebody
took
read the
laboratory.
You took laboratory, right? I forgot. Yeah, you did.
So, which is how I have the TARDIS to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
someone studied their character.
I know. I'm so proud.
I don't do that.
I didn't. I just remembered.
Okay. Well, all right then.
All right. Sure. Just so that I'm just pulling it up also so that I know of it. Laboratory. Yes. Okay. Holding cell fabrication. So you know that you do have to roll for that, right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, because he did this last time when trying to make a carrier for Lily's blade.
Yeah.
Right.
And he
So-
failed miserably.
Yeah, so you need to roll. If you need a special item, if you're using your fabrication, if you need a special item on a 10 plus, you can make it. And on a 7 to 9, you can make it, but only barely. And on a miss, you've crafted basically the wrong thing.
Oh, that means I should have been able to actually make the little bag of holding. Because I rolled a 10 for that.
Did you roll a 10?
Yeah, I rolled like a 9 or a 10, or something around there. Oh well.
Oh.
It's funnier the other way.
It
so.
is much funnier
Yes.
the other way. This is true facts.
Especially with what ended up happening afterwards.
Oh my god, yeah.
Alright, I got an 11.
You got an 11? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So you make, what do you make? And what does it do?
I'm going to make a little cookie jar that is shaped like a little blue box that says police on it, It's a London-style police telephone box, and the lid comes up, and then inside is just like this Andromeda galaxy type thing, and I just plop the stone inside and pop the lid back on, and I just put it in one of my comically large pockets.
So, what's the jar made out of?
It looks like ceramic.
Okay. It looks like
It
ceramic.
looks like ceramic.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's made of something that the keeper will make up.
I imagine that you pushed a bunch of buttons and then a microwave on the side went ding, and you pulled out this Stephen cookie jar.
You know what? That's exactly what
Kinda like-
happened.
Yeah,
Yes. Because that is adorable, and I love that.
Your
So,
cookie jar is ready.
ting. And you do so. Now, is anyone else doing anything before heading back in? Or are we just popping back in and popping back out?
I think Lily will be collecting pine cones. She gave away one of her valuable pine cones while she waits.
Of course you will be.
Sam
Do you
will
still
probably...
have that fanny pack?
Yes.
Yes, you have the charred fanny pack with the whole...
So what she's doing is she's taking the pine cones, putting them in, and drops out. She walks away, picks up another one, turns around.
Yes!
Lily,
Yes!
your bag has a hole in it. We should probably get that fixed.
Like the little kid with the Easter basket that
Yes! Amazing.
Oh my god.
Just a little Wednesday Addams. Just... my god, I love
Dropping
it.
pine cones through.
Yes.
Well, Lily, we should probably get that bag fixed if you're going to hold anything in there.
No, I'm getting lots of pine cones. It's fine. Oh my.
Gross.
EDA!
Oh my gosh, we're getting
guys,
flagged.
no. That's terrible. Please stop.
She's going red.
No, not
And he has no idea.
I'm not joking.
Get a room.
Oh my god.
You can't hear any of that.
I know.
That's the
I
best
know.
part.
That is.
She can. With all of that she heard.
We love your boyfriend. He's amazing.
Yeah, he just decided to do that shit on purpose. He knows I'm live streaming right now with you guys.
Yep.
Well, he could hear us back after we're done streaming. Oh, woo, okay.
Lovely.
Oh, good. I needed that. Okay.
So,
We have a cookie jar and pine cones. At least one, probably.
Yeah.
at least one probably, and Sam was trying to tell Lily before the player of Sam got brutally attacked. Lily, we should probably get that bag of yours fixed if you're going to hold any more of them pine cones you're collecting there.
No, it's holding a lot. It's pretty good.
Sam just looks at the bag. Does it look like there's any in there from the hole?
There are, oh god. From the hole, maybe there's like half of a pine cone still like hanging off by like the edge of a thread from the hole that's on the bottom. It just kind of like got tangled there.
Hey, Cap, you got a needle and thread in that fancy car of yours?
Yes, this is what we should do. Not go fight monsters, but sew a fanny pack.
He looks
Or maybe
out.
a stapler?
He looks out, pushing the cookie jar back into his pocket, and he looks at what's happening. He puts two and two together. I could try to make another one.
How about just a stapler for now?
So
Or
duct
even
tape
duct
if you
tape.
have
Don't
it.
want anything else exploding.
He reaches into a different pocket, pulls out a little stapler. It's shaped like Hello Kitty.
Yes.
Sam takes the stapler
Hell
and
yes.
staples the whole back together. There you go. And we'll just do a better
It's like one of those
job
little
later.
mini staplers. It's not even a full stapler.
Yeah, no, I actually have a mini stapler
Yeah, it's like the
Where?
ones that you get in the school packs. That's like a
Yeah.
pencil and an eraser and the little stapler.
Exactly, and it's got like a little pencil sharpener on the back.
Amazing.
I have a mini stapler.
Yep.
Yeah, imagine that, but Hello Kitty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the staples are made of like some weird dwarf star ally shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They'll never break.
Is Laura just
Good.
sitting here watching this madness unfold? Like, I could run.
I mean, you could, Laura. It's
You
totally
could.
up to you.
Good. I'm lost though.
Yeah, you don't know where you are.
Yeah, she
You're
didn't.
lost
She
in
didn't
the
exactly
woods,
have the
somewhere in
ability to
Willowbrook,
see
and
where
you're
she
never
was
gonna
going.
make it to place.
Yeah. So
I mean, she did. She'd just have to pull it up on one of the monitors.
which she had no fucking idea how to do.
But
Yeah.
did she even try?
This is the
Did she?
90s.
Yeah, it's basically you just handed her futuristic Apple tech and said, "Come on, use it. What's so hard?"
Yeah. Like the fact that Laura's brain, or really. Yeah, no, really. The fact that Laura's brain isn't melting from all of this is amazing enough.
Yeah.
Well, you're assuming that she's not also exposed to weirdness already and is just repressing it.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. We don't
Yeah.
know what her family does behind closed doors.
Yeah, they're hunters too.
Yeah.
Of normal.
We should go now, though.
That you know of.
Yeah.
That you know of.
All right. If
should go.
everyone's ready to get back onto it. Oh, yes. And we have the stone in a jar, in a cookie jar. Okay. Yep, let's go.
Back into the woods.
Yes. Back
Yeah,
into
the sooner we
woods.
get this done, the sooner
Into
we
the
can get
thick of
Laura
it.
back home.
Into the thick of it.
Ugh.
Into the thick of it.
Can you tell that we're very frequent
Exactly.
viewers of TikTok? We're very engaged with it, if you can't tell. So you guys head back with the stone with you. You continue on the same path that was previously paved by by Captain and his basically lightsaber. Trademarked.
Totally not lightsaber.
Totally not
Totally not a
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
It's
No,
a
no.
bright
Not lightsaber.
saber, guys.
It's an
a
energy
bright,
sword, guys.
Yes, an energy sword, a
It
bright
is a
saber.
force sword,
Yeah,
not a lightsaber.
not a lightsaber.
Totally not a
Light sword.
lightsaber.
Yes. Captain pulled out his sword and led all of you guys through the woods, cane in hand. Yes, I said it on purpose. And
Whip out my large saber
it's an average.
There's a
and start
child
slashing through the brush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving that bush a good whacking.
Mm-hmm. Very hard. You know, you
Very,
gotta
very.
very
There's
hard.
a minor
It's a good stiff. It's a good stiff saber.
Captain, did I remind you there's a little one present?
Captain's not saying any of this.
Woo. Okay. All right.
This is an 18-plus show. If
Right,
there are
by the
minors
way-
watching, please leave.
There is a
No,
content
does-
warning in the description. If you did not see it, oh well.
At this point, we should change our rating from PG-13 to either R or M for mature.
NC-17.
Yeah.
You at your own risk.
Yes.
You at the risk of your own sanity and innocence.
Well, I can't believe I'm gonna ask this again. Do you pull out your sword again?
I
The
do.
second time? Okay.
I do, but, you know, safety first, and I make sure there is a good covering
Right.
before I pull it out next to anybody at all.
Right, you gotta sheath your sword.
Yeah. I make sure I have the sheath handy in case it's necessary.
Right, because you could hurt
Hold
someone
on, I'll
with that.
be right back. On Ryan's screen.
You're only doing that because
Remember,
you can't
kids.
hit me.
Always have a sheath for your sword.
Yes. Keep your sword sheathed.
And only pull it out when you're ready.
Yeah, right. And for a special
Don't
person.
make anyone else pull it out for you.
No.
Only on your own terms may you pull out your sword.
No one.
Just gonna.
Oh my god. I mean,
Don't let anyone touch your sword without consent.
Just let me.
Oh no!
And you can always say no. Oh no.
Oh no, the drama! I want to see the drama! Oh no!
don't worry. I'm sure we'll hear something coming from Cass's screen because she
She
has
did not
just-
mute herself.
No, she did not. Nor did she deafen herself. So.
Oh, there it goes. I love that.
Yeah, there you go.
Wonderful. That was good timing. There it
There
is.
we go.
Oh my god!
Can't hear you. You're deafened.
No, he's just muted.
Oh, he's muted. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
god,
God.
that was
I
horrible.
couldn't hear any of that. She pulled out my wire.
Amazing.
Oh my god! First the sword,
Amazing.
now the wire. Jeez.
Jesus.
The sword is coming
Yeah,
down.
my
on the
audio
wire.
jack came out prematurely.
Oh man.
Well,
I think that was her fault.
you never
wasn't
want it to happen, but you know it happens to the best of us. But it did pull out prematurely.
Mm-hmm.
If it happens on a regular basis, go talk to your doctor about that.
Right. Yeah.
I
It lasts
wanted
for more than
advice.
3 to
There
4
are
hours.
There are ways to help.
I want
Okay.
a divorce.
But if your audio jack
What?
is plugged in for more than 3 to 4 hours, see a doctor.
I want a divorce from Ryan, not from Maddie. I want to make that very clear.
Oh man, totally serious stream, you guys. Totally serious.
Oh yeah,
Totally
yeah, we're
professional.
professionals.
You're
This
totally.
is definitely a very creepy story, you guys.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are uber
This is-
spooky.
Super atmospheric. No,
yeah.
no phallic jokes whatsoever.
No, who's talking about
Nope.
phallic?
We
Anything.
were talking about swords. Get your heads out of the gutter.
Oh my god. He's such a
Oh,
perv.
You think it's
So,
just in the gutter and not the sewer and below.
No, I mean I'm down in hell, but that's
Okay,
besides the
we
point.
should get back to plot.
Yeah.
Back to plot.
All right, so
Sure, yeah, enough
Again,
distraction, you guys.
flashing my
Totally.
sword through the bush.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and we're
are you
moving
still?
forward. We're
Yes.
moving past this story.
You're still headed in the direction of the sort of ping that you had gotten from the TARDIS. I'm guessing you're using your cane to follow.
Yes. Yeah, I am using that. Sorry, I had another joke in my head and I decided better.
You didn't need another 10-minute distraction. Good for you.
Are you sure you don't need to get it out?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're just going to
Oh,
the
God,
general
here we go.
spot, the G spot, if you will.
Oh,
We're
okay,
working
yeah.
our way that
Uh-huh.
way.
It's hard to find. You know, you really need a
God.
tracker.
It is. You need the right instruments to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And the right
boy.
knowledge. Okay, all right.
Want a
Right.
divorce?
It's not the size that matters, it's how you use it.
Oh
Right.
god.
Yeah, the size of one's cane does not matter.
Yeah, it's an energy sword. It can be as big as you want it to be.
Well, that's
Oh, we all get
Well, you
eaten
need
by
the right-
monsters.
yes, that's exactly what happened. You all get
We
eaten by
get
monsters,
eaten.
and that's it. The end.
We all get eaten by monsters while we're too busy making phallic jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh god.
Well, you guys are. It does seem like you guys have maybe about a few more hours of walking before getting to your location.
Oh, it's late at night now. Shit.
There's still like the skittering of critters around you. You hear like a owl whoo, whoo, whoo in the distance. For some of you, this place is very peaceful. For some of you, there's no sort of like real comeuppance of emotion that comes from this place. And for some of you, this is absolutely batshit terrifying. It's- uh-huh.
Hi, I am some of you.
And even though you are, used to hunting, as your parents have taught you, even a bit, you're not used to going out at night. Usually you're home, in your room, doing homework or out with friends. And now suddenly, Laura, you have found yourself with 3 of probably the most strangest individuals you have ever met in the middle of the woods with 2 knives at your side as your only defense, trying to get to a creepy cathedral that someone had apparently seen from a vision. Also, that guy is from outer space.
Aye.
But,
Nothing weird going on.
Boy.
and as you guys are making your way through,
Making our way down.
Making our way out of town into the woods to a creepy place, gonna kill ourselves by way of monsters.
Oh god.
Totally serious
That's so
question,
good.
guys.
oh man,
We
no,
are
please.
never going to get to this fucking
No, you
No.
no. The whole town is gonna be eaten. It's by the time
By gnomes. By
the-
ceramic gnomes.
Yep.
By the time you guys solve any of this. You guys continue. Are you continuing in silence? Is there anything that you would like to say to each other?
Where the hell are we going?
This way.
Woo! Sorry, I was whooping at them, not in character.
So, Sam is basically helping to keep the group together, bringing up the rear, and she's going to be she's been keeping an eye out on the surroundings just to make sure nothing sneaks up on us. Thank you, honey.
We're going
You did-
this way. Didn't you know that? Did you not know that we were going this way?
Well, I'm just
Okay,
making
but
sure
what
nothing.
is that way?
Well, this way is this way.
Apparently, there's
Better
some
than
sort of structure here this far into the woods. Might be
Had a vision
new. And Captain here apparently got a ping from it or something like that. I've been
And then
in
I
this
saw it
area.
in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Y'all
mean,
realize you kidnapped me, right?
I
Well,
left a pine cone.
you might be dead if we left you at the other place, so...
again, there wasn't a guarantee for that. Like I told you, Captain.
Okay, but there was the chance of that.
You're welcome to leave now. Just know that something will probably eat you before you get home.
I mean,
I
this
don't
part
know
of-
where the fuck I am.
So you're
I
being
just
here by choice.
I rattle off her exact
coordinates.
GPS coordinates,
Oh god, that's
latitude and
Dang.
longitude.
Oh,
Because
God.
that was so helpful.
Aren't you supposed to be a
Stop.
hunter?
I don't think in GPS coordinates, latitude and longitude. Why
What's
would
a
I think
GPS?
like that?
Yeah, she
Oh.
comes from a family of hunters that just like do game hunting.
Okay. Well,
Just-
if you go about, I don't know. Where's the nearest road?
Oh, it is southeast, way southeast.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you go about 600 feet, I don't know.
That's
Oh,
actually
you
really
were
close.
okay.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say, like, if you go about 4 miles that way, you'll probably find a road.
Thanks.
I
Something
don't
will
think
Miles
probably
is
eat you.
short. I'd probably say closer to 10.
Okay.
that's
I didn't
more
think we
than
were
4
that far out.
miles.
Thanks, because that's so helpful.
Yeah, no. Laura, what all do you have on you anyway for protecting yourself? You said you had a way of protecting yourself.
I do. Don't mean it's that good right now.
Well, thankfully I got my gun with me.
Lily
case anything does
stops
happen.
as they're walking, turns around on her heel, marches right up to Laura, grabs her by the front of the shirt, and pulls her down to her face.
Lily.
We are in the middle of a woods, hunting things that probably want to kill us and many other things. Please stop complaining, or I will stab you. Get
No.
your show on the road. Stop complaining.
What is it with your guys' characters and never getting along?
Which is ironic
Because
because
I'm chaotic, and her characters never want to be there.
And my character, Sam, is just like, she's literally giving the oh my god face.
If you don't want to be here, start walking the other direction. I'm sure at some point you'll find something. Otherwise,
Probably not. I tend to get lost pretty easily, actually.
so you're here by choice, because otherwise you'd be dead. Great.
Unfortunately.
That's not. Lily, we're gonna have to teach you about coercion at some point.
Also,
Oh, really? Oh, really? You were gonna do that?
To be fair, I didn't want to pick you up in the first place.
hey,
Well,
And you had the option to be seeing, what was it, Phantom of the Opera or something like that?
Yeah.
it's a shitty fucking movie.
Okay, is it shittier than being trapped out in the woods with a bunch of strangers and a space alien?
whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Well then, I would stop complaining.
This is far more
Both
interesting.
options are shitty.
Okay, but
Well, you
apparently
told us
seeing... Wow, is this show really that bad? I've never seen it.
It's pretty bad. The actor.
I mean, the music. I hear the
is-
stage show is much better. The direction wasn't great.
As
The
you,
costuming is fantastic.
Fucking hilarious.
as you guys are having this conversation, you start to notice that, or at least the ones who aren't as engaged as, others.
Oh, I am constantly paying attention to my surroundings.
Okay, well then,
Same.
as you continue and forward towards the location we still haven't reached, things are getting a lot quieter. You're hearing less. There's pretty much the only sound left is the crunching of leaves and grass underneath your feet and twigs.
Okay, so if they wanted to do an adaptation of the... Wait a minute, do you hear that?
Hear what?
I was
Exactly.
I was about to ask
Mhm.
this real quick, out of character,
Mm-hmm.
because Sam happened to this neck of the woods in particular in the past. Would she be able to recognize whether or not this is a normal thing at the woods?
I'll say... Roll me plus sharp. Because, I mean, technically at this point you're sort of investigating a mystery because you've noticed at this point that things are getting quiet.
That is a 9.
A 9? Okay, and you're asking whether or not this is a normal phenomenon?
If
In
this
this neck
is
of the
a
woods?
normal thing. Yeah,
Um,
in this neck of the woods, like a certain part be a little bit more quiet than the rest, because normally there's not a lot of supernatural shit. In her experience in this particular area of the woods, she's already kind of tagged it as like safer area. Yeah.
You've been in this area a few times. Not as often at night, but on occasion, and you've cleared it several times. This is weird.
So
And so, like, that's where I was. It's just... Do you hear that?
this level of
I think we're getting
this
cute.
level
Getting
of silence
close.
ain't normal.
Especially for a forest?
This, especially for this neck of the woods, I've been here multiple
Animals can
times.
sense the danger.
Yep.
Oh,
They're smart enough to leave.
that's
We're getting close.
fun.
Yeah. It doesn't normally get this quiet. There's something spooking the natural wildlife here.
Good.
Let's go.
That's why we're here, as he looks directly at the cheerleader in front of him. Because whoever is causing that might kill your parents tonight. So, let's go.
He needs more smooches. Let's smooch him. Smooch him. Smooches.
Pay rent,
I pay my fair share too.
but I pay rent,
You paid your half, and I'm
so
waiting.
I should have that.
Honey, no, honey,
you.
go
But
watch
I
your
am
show.
buzzed.
Yes,
Okay,
you
I
are.
drink 8.
Y'all tell it to someone who cares.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm such a dick. I'm so sorry.
So is he. What are you doing? You literally had the rest of that wine. I don't want the bottle. Okay.
Yo, if he's gonna be causing this much shenanigans, he should at least be watching his own shenanigans live.
Oh, I'm going to be sending him this once it's done recording, so.
Well, conveniently, it'll be uploaded as soon as we're done streaming on our YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Anyway, so
That's
you
how I
guys,
love chips and salsa. I love you.
you guys continue on, and it's still sort of the same for like the next few moments. Things are quiet, and then pretty much again, all you can hear is your footsteps, and then even they silence, and the air is stale.
Remember, that's also heat to it.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to know if I'd ever come across something that did something similar like this. Can I investigate the mystery?
Sure.
Same, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is also, I think this is also considered read a bad situation as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
I would also.
And anyone,
like
I can have
to-
any one of you guys, I think, can roll for this because all of you are noticing this weirdness.
Yeah.
So this is plus weird, plus sharp.
For investigate a mystery, it is plus sharp.
Okay.
For read a bad situation, oh, it is plus sharp. Never mind. You just ask different
Let
questions
me
depending
play
on
my
what you're
game.
doing. You have 8 for Captain,
Also 8.
8 for Maddie, Laura. I mean not Laura, the
Lily.
Lily. 2 L's. Okay, so 2d6 plus your sharp, whatever it is.
And for Sam, because she's also familiar with this area, but this is new for her. She's going to also read about situation
Okay.
to get a feel for if there is anything like any movement. She's getting into like actual hunter mode now,
Okay.
and she is also going to make sure that her gun is her rifle is prepped in case anything comes out them. So reading a bad situation.
All right.
That is
6
an
mark experience.
11. Oof.
11 for 11
Speaking
for
of-
Sam.
Speaking of experience,
Yes.
I got to 5 experience at the end of the last game.
Right, and so you leveled up.
Oh, by the way, we didn't do that thing that you had us do.
I
at the
know.
beginning of
I
last
mean,
week.
we kind of jumped into this. So
We love you.
Okay, so 11 for Sam and 2 8s for Captain and Maddie. Okay. Captain and Lily. Fine.
Mark experience because I failed.
No, you got an 8, right?
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
got
not.
an
I failed.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Laura failed. It's anything below a 7, so 6 and down.
Okay.
That is what's considered a failure. So, I'll go to Captain first. Are you investigating the mystery or reading a bad situation?
I'm gonna go with investigating the mystery.
Okay. I'll read you out what questions typically go with this move, but afterwards, if you feel like none of them fit, just ask me whatever question you want. So, the questions you can ask me are, what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here? But if none of those questions fit what you're after ask me one question, and I can answer it to the best of my ability.
I'm currently thinking, because I've just noticed that it's not just the animals that are silent; it's also now our footsteps, right?
Yes.
So that I want to know what is causing that. Do my instruments tell me?
I'll say with that, you stay still and stand, and you're looking around, noticing the change, even walking slower, taking a few more footsteps and analyzing the area, still noticing that everything is pin drop quiet. And as you stand there for a few moments, there is a flash as you blink your eyes, and suddenly everything you see is in black and white.
No.
Okay.
Do I know what this is?
Sam.
It
Sam
is
remembers.
familiar
Oh,
to
not
you.
this.
It is a familiar sensation, a familiar phenomena that you have encountered before. Some really spooky cryptid shit went down.
I don't remember this at all. Like, out of game, I don't remember this at all. I feel like the captain
No,
would.
That was
Sam
the
remembers.
trees. Didn't everything go black and white when we were attacked by the trees in the last game?
Yeah, did.
Oh, hell, not again.
Oh, here we go again.
This is odd.
Alright, Lily, you have an 8, so you can either investigate a mystery or read a bad situation.
Read bad situation.
Alright, you can ask me one of these questions, or if you don't feel that they fit, ask me a question that I can answer to the best of my ability. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's the most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
Read them again.
Sure. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's the most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims?
Is there any dangers we haven't noticed?
I'll answer that in a second. First, I'm going to go to Sam. What are you doing, Sam?
Read in a bad situation.
Right, okay. You got an 11,
Especially
right?
since everything went black and white just now. Oh, hell, not this again.
Mm-hmm. You got an 11, correct?
Yeah.
You can actually
Is it
ask
black
me...
and white for everybody or just the captain?
It is for everyone. So even
okay.
Laura, you are also experiencing this. It's sort of like looking at a black and white movie, like an old-fashioned movie, but through your own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Laura without saying a word and just give her that "I told you so" look. Or "I tried to tell you."
I remember this.
Sam, what are you doing? You're reading a bad situation. You can actually ask me up to 3 questions, but
Okay.
if any of those questions that I have already listed don't feel like anything that you would want to ask, you can ask me 3 questions and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Keep in mind that Lily already asked, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Okay. Based on the fact that we've experienced this before, at least Lily, Captain, and Sam have experienced this before, is this the same type of creature that we have encountered in the past?
That's one question. Are you giving me 2 more, or is that the only one you want to ask?
This question is, what would be the best way to protect everyone?
Okay.
And then the third question, let's see here. How far away is the danger?
Okay.
Or how close are we to the danger?
Right. Okay. So, keeping all of your questions in mind, what I will do and what I will say is this. After that brief moment of black and white, your vision returns to all of you, seemingly fine. But it seems that there are clouds forming at the top of the sky and shrouding the moonlight, covering you all in darkness. And it chills you when you feel it in your chest. It's this tense anxiety. And all of you hear a noise. It is what most of you would equate to the sound of a rattlesnake, but loud.
I don't like it.
And it echoes in bits in places far and close from your proximity. Sam, this sound is familiar to you.
In what way?
Goosebumps form all over your arms, and you feel a chill raise up your spine. This is a sound you heard a very long time ago.
Oh, hell no.
When you were back in the middle of the woods with your parents. And the last thing you remember is blood on the grass. It forms in circles, seemingly far and closer and closer. The best.
Do I need to roll to keep my cool?
Maybe.
This might bring up some trauma.
A bead of sweat goes down your brow, Sam. That is the danger that you haven't noticed until now. The best way to protect the victims. That's hard to answer because you don't know what you're facing yet.
No, but I've kind of faced it before. Can I try to remember how I survived the first time I encountered this thing? Or was the trauma so great that I can't exactly remember?
Because you were young, I'll say you remember running. Running and looking back and running and running and running for your life as you heard screams and shrills behind you. And that same trill following you as you ran, but you ran and ran and ran and ran until you reached civilization. That's what you recall last. And all of you notice Sam sort of like cock her gun and her arms and hands sort of shake, definitely looking a lot more panicked than when you initially came in here.
And then, is there a way to tell if we're anywhere closer, per my third question, if we're anywhere, is there a way to tell how close this thing is? Or what direction it's coming from?
It seems that this trill is coming from not all directions, but it feels like it's encircling you guys. You hear it from your right, then your front, then your left, then behind, right, front, left, back, all over.
Either it's
Still
on a ground railroad track or it's swinging through the vines like George of the Jungle.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Oh, and also, let me ask, where are you in proximity to each other? Is there a
I think we're
line?
kind of clumped together.
Yeah, we're like within 5 feet of each other. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's what I would say.
Right.
Back to back.
Okay.
Because
Back
this
to
isn't
back,
going
come
to
on.
make it easier for the thing to kill us.
You got any better ideas?
I mean, that was not in character. That was not in character.
Yeah, she didn't. She wasn't talking like this when she said it.
Right.
Captain,
Yep.
how close are we to our destination?
I don't think it matters at the current moment.
Well, I've encountered something like this before.
Oh,
and
great.
The thing, hey, no, let me finish. The only thing that saved my life was running like hell away from it. So I'm asking again, Captain, what direction do we need to go, and how far away are we from our destination?
Do I know?
You guys at this point are actually a few hours out. The direction you would need to go is southeast. But all of you are standing back to back, or how are we?
Are we running towards it, or are we fighting this thing? 'Cause I'm ready to fight.
This thing, if it's the same thing that I encountered a long time ago, it's a very dangerous thing. We probably are going to be best running like hell away from it as fast as we can. So, and her voice is kind of shaking at this point as she says this. So, on my call, we start running to the direction of our destination like our lives, well, literally, our lives depend on it right now. And Sam at this point is also paying attention to the movement sounds that this thing is making, kind of keeping track and clocking when it gets to where there can be an opening to the direction as to where we need to go.
Okay, so you are keeping track of where it is in proximity to you, so that you guys can all run at a certain point. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is anyone else doing anything?
Prepping to run?
I'm going. If everybody else is running, then I'm running. I'm a soldier. If my whole platoon is running, I'm not going to stand and fight it. I'm not stupid. So I'm going to have to default to what the group is doing, but I'm going to keep track of where it is at any given point in time. I'm going to try to calculate its speed, how big it is based on the sounds it's making, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Captain and Sam are both doing the same thing, and Sam is going to give the okay to start running like hell.
I will be the last person to start running, though.
Sure. I need to pull something up. Okay, there it is. Okay. So you guys sit and watch, and you listen close. You find a moment, and you all book it in the direction that you need to go, running like hell. And at that point, as you run, you do hear this noise sort of like follow you, and you do almost feel something moving underneath the ground, but also it sounds like it's in the trees. You're not exactly sure where exactly this thing is moving. All of you, I want you to roll me plus cool.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Just so you know, I didn't get a chance to say it, but I did take the 1 extra point for the 5 points, and I put it in cool.
Nice.
Got it?
Ooh.
So now my cool is +2. I have.
Sounds like we all failed.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Oh no, I got a 7 as well.
I got a 5.
Okay. So those of you who rolled below a 6 mark experience.
Oh, good experience right before we die.
Right?
And
It's a
okay, we
learning
rolled
experience.
2 7s.
Yeah, we both got 7s.
Okay, all right. Lily and Laura, you suddenly find yourselves paralyzed. As you're running, you're basically stood in place.
As they stop, I stop.
As well.
You two you find yourself able to sort of like break whatever hold this thing almost had on you, but has now have Laura and Lily as you hear coming down towards your direction. What are you doing?
I immediately turn
Lily.
and
Like,
hold
is it
my
coming
sword
right
out
at
to it.
me?
It's coming like it. You hear the noise coming down, almost like from the trees, but you're not seeing it yet.
But do I have a vague idea of where it is, like a direction?
Yes, it is behind you guys.
Okay. Can I turn? Because did I break that turn? Or
No.
did I break? I'm still frozen?
You're still frozen in whatever direction you were running.
Is there anything I can do? Because it sounds like I'm just paralyzed.
At the moment, no.
Okay, so I can't like
Nope.
roll
But
Mama grapple.
I mean, roll to grab.
Mama Sam's coming for you, baby. Mama Sam's here.
Right. It's gotten Lily and Laura at this point, Captain, and Sam. What are you doing?
I'm keeping my eyes square on where the enemy sound is coming from, and I'm following it with my sword.
Sure, of course.
And I am immediately going to make a grab for Lily first because she's smallest and besides her dagger, most vulnerable. And this is effectively my kid, Mama Sam mode right now. And if anything is about to grab little Lily, she's going to have her rifle in hand and grabbing Lily in the other and going to shoot at whatever's coming her kiddo.
Sure. Okay. All right. Captain, what are you doing?
I'm next to Alora, by the way. Like, I'm keeping a position next to Laura. I see that Sam's got Lily. I'm keeping the guard position next to Laura, and I'm keeping my eyes for just the slightest movement that something is about to lunge at me.
Okay. So just so I know, I need to know where everyone is standing in accordance to who. So you're standing to Laura at what point?
I was right behind her when she froze.
Yes.
So I came up behind her, and I'm just back to her, and I'm kind of just like making circles with my back to her, around her.
Right, and you're looking forward, Laura. Good. So Sam, what about you?
If I'm able to grab and pick up Lily, I am going to be keeping. If I'm able to pick up Lily, then so I'm holding onto her in one and making my way back to Captain and Laura, and I'm going to keep watch as well. Basically, putting Lily with Laura so that way they are right next to her. And then with the captain, keep a close eye on the both of them, rifle ready, and shooting out where comes our way.
Sure. So you're holding her which way?
So I have her in my left arm, my rifle in my right hand, positioned in a way to where I can hold it one-handed.
And she's facing behind you or in front?
So when Lily was frozen, I believe she was facing the direction we were running, so I would have picked her up, keeping her in the position of where she was running, going forward, and putting her right next to Laura.
I'm still facing away from the creature?
Yeah. Or well, shoot. I didn't even ask Lily if she prefers to face the actual creature. So Sam wouldn't know, unfortunately.
You wouldn't have known. So she's facing behind you, basically, as you're pointed towards whatever direction you hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you guys are next to each other. Okay. So...
Sorry, there is a plane overhead.
It's alright, you're good. Interesting. Okay.
Basically, Sam's idea right now, if the paralyzation fades and they start running again, best be in the direction that they're supposed to go in anyway.
Right, okay. it still is basically circling you guys. As you guys are keeping vigilant and looking around. I'm gonna say both Captain and Sam roll help out as you guys are trying to keep and make sure that Laura and Lily are safe while they seemingly cannot move.
What are we rolling?
Help out, so that is
Cool.
plus cool.
I got a 7 again.
7 again? Okay, awesome.
Sam's terrified.
Mm-hmm.
She has a good idea that she doesn't want to experience what happened to her folks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys,
Again.
can we take a bathroom break soon?
Sure. Right after, just in a little bit after.
Yeah, I got a
this.
5. But let's resolve that afterwards because there's not going to be a good spot to stop. I think if we're about to fight something.
Yeah, just got a 5.
Okay. So then, Mark experience, Laura and Lily, just real quick, I want both of you to roll plus cool one more time. And Lily, you get a +1.
Okay. 7.
Thank fuck.
7 and what?
And 10.
7 and 10. Okay. You both sort of, like, it's almost like your body was completely numb. Like, there was no blood circulation for momentarily, and then you feel your muscles finally lax the tension. And you both start to, like, the effect starts to wear off. Sam, you're looking at Lily and noticing that she's finally back. And, like, you look her square in the face, and she's like, okay. And then you feel something wrap around your leg and pull you down and back into the forest in the opposite direction.
Which ones? Lily?
No, you.
Me?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, you. And that's where we'll
Shit.
leave off for the bathroom break.
Oh my goodness.
So you are being dragged by a force that you seemingly cannot find in the
See
like
anything on my
brush.
leg?
Huh?
Now.
Mhm.
Sorry, Google.
No. I'm good.
When the thing wrapped around her leg, was it an invisible thing, or did it look like something grabbed her?
I'm gonna say none of you saw anything at the moment.
Okay. Like,
But
it
you
just
did
happened so
feel,
fast that we
yeah,
couldn't see.
But Sam, you did feel something around your leg and poof down to the ground and out.
So Sam's facial expressions: worried, concerned, ready for a fight. Lily sees Lily moving, look of relief, and then, oh shit!
Yeah.
Worst fear confirmed. Cool.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely had
New
this nightmare
fear
before.
unlocked.
And that's where we'll go for a little bit of a break. How about maybe 15 minutes?
Let's do it.
We'll shoot for it.
Shoot for 15
Shoot for it.
minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Okay. I love you.
All right, and we are back.
We're all eating, so you're gonna hear chewing.
yeah, you're gonna unfortunately hear chewing.
Babe, I can't hear that.
All right. Mike and stuff. I guess that's a good thing.
Eating while
Yeah.
Yeah,
everyone's
mine's the same way.
down to eat while Sam is being dragged away by some stupid
Yeah.
monster.
Right,
The
right.
rest of us are just standing back in the forest. Well, not
Well-
us. You want to keep going? Want to keep going?
I'm good. I know how to set all her traps. Let's go.
I know how to get into her house.
I've got more space than the TARDIS. I mean, you know.
I mean, yeah. We don't have to go
No, you're
back.
weird.
Fuck whatever that thing was.
Lily thinks the captain is weird.
Yep. So does-
Okay. All right.
I mean, she's right.
Okay. So, Sam, you're in the middle of being dragged off by some force that you cannot see. You're looking up, and all you're seeing is like the rapid passing of treetops. Or even just the outline of treetops, because it is almost pitch black in the sky as the clouds are covering the moonlight. You guys hear basically Sam fall to the ground with a thud and also just scatter back with some force pulling her. What are you doing?
Right above Sam was dragged away from her. I want to cast Big Whammy.
Ooh, you're
Yeah.
casting Big Whammy? What are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have to pull up your character sheet.
Alright.
Because I forget what I'm pretty sure I remember, but let me just make sure the exact details so that I don't forget.
Okay,
Big
so while
Whammy.
that's happening,
You can use your powers to kick. You can use your powers to kick some ass. Roll plus weird instead of plus tough. The attack has 2 harm, close, obvious, ignore armor. On a miss, you'll get a magical backlash.
Right. Okay. And do you
Right,
remember? Do you remember which tags you have for Dark Side?
Yes,
Okay.
it is
Mhm.
violence, self-destruction, and pain.
Okay. Good to know. Captain, what are you doing before I continue?
well, I see Sam get dragged off, and my first instinct is to run after her. But I stop, and I look back, and I see that there is a little girl and Prismarina. And I'm just like, fuck, I'm not leaving those two alone. And so, like,
Okay.
fuck. And I just kind of sit there and wait for it to attack again.
Right. Okay. So you're sitting back. Laura, are you doing anything?
Ryan's gonna kill me. It's fine. I'm gonna run after Sam.
Okay. Sure.
Wait, aren't you still paralyzed?
No.
No, she's no longer
no.
She
paralyzed.
rolled. She rolled to get
10.
out of it, and she got out of it. She rolled. A
Oh.
Thank fuck.
I didn't know that.
Well,
Otherwise, I would have just said, okay, follow me!
10.
And ran.
Right. Okay. So you're cast. We'll start with Lily first. You're casting Big Whammy.
Yeah. Right, like where I saw her getting dragged away was like aiming right above that.
Mhm.
So like, 'cause I know something was attached to whatever grabbed her. So
Mhm.
that's the theory, anyways.
Mhm.
mhm.
Come on.
You're rolling it. Yeah. What did you roll?
Rolled a 4 on the dice, so that's plus weird. So that's a 6. Damn it.
Oh, mark experience. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma-
Ooh, I level up.
Magical backlash. Okay. So you see Sam get dragged off, and then you dig deep within the deep recesses of your unconscious, trying to summon something that you're familiar with. It's dark and painful, but you try to dig back deep, and your eyes flare purple, trying to attack whatever has grabbed and reached for Sam. And as you put your hand out and try to do so, you hear a voice in your head go, "You didn't listen to me." And you feel a sharp pain inside of your stomach that makes you like curl over, and you feel something heave up from your stomach and almost out of your throat. It's almost like you're throwing up, but you feel a liquid forming in your mouth. And as you open your mouth, you look and touch your face and touch whatever is forming, and it is blood. And your eyes, the flare of the purple, sink back. And Sam is still being dragged. And both you and Captain, Laura and Captain, as you're running and forth, you kind of see at this point, eyes. Yellow eyes. Many of them. That seem to sort of sprout out from the branches themselves around Lily's proximity and watch as she bleeds before sinking back into the trees. Sam is still being dragged.
Right, filing get away for later.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that in my head.
Mm-hmm. Sam, you're being pulled by a force that you cannot see. What are you trying to do?
I am going to try to point my rifle at like just past my foot, the foot that's being grappled, and I'm going to try to shoot off whatever. Like, can I see what's around my foot, or?
You see something black, like a black tendril almost, but that's about all you can see, as it's sort of like disorienting to be pulled at this speed quickly, but you do see something on your ankle.
However, so with that in mind, then I'm going to aim my rifle past my foot, so that way I'm not shooting at my own foot, but I'm going to shoot at the tendril and try to disconnect myself from it.
Right. Okay, roll to kick some ass.
Do it.
Kicking ass, is that
Tough.
2d6 my rifle, or is that, no, that's 2d6 tough, isn't it?
To kick some ass, yeah, it's roll 2d6 plus tough, and then you are able to inflict the harm. So you first have to roll the tough, and then the damage, or not the damage, but it's already added. But you gotta see if you hit it.
Rifle is 2. Yeah, rifle is 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on. Ooh! 2 6s and a 1.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Sam, like, you're finding yourself struggling to keep forward, but like at the same time, you find just a moment to point and shoot down at your ankle. You hear a screech as something recoils, and as it unlatches from your ankle and lets you go, and you suddenly stop in your motion, and because you rolled so well, you can add an extra effect to your attack. Ooh. You can completely hold advantage. All hunters involved get +1 forward if you fight. You suffer no harm at all because you may suffer harm. Your attack inflicts double or normal harm. Your attack drives the enemy away in a rout.
So, what's going on in my head right now, and probably as Sam, this is probably her chance to finally get about the creature that took her parents. And if it's the same thing that is trying to take her, she would want that tendril. So, if there's a way for the damage to be enough, like do the double damage thing and have it be enough to decapitate that tendril, Like,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Mhm. like blow the tendril.
No, no, no,
so
no.
It's, so
No, I know what you want.
I want my vengeance.
Vengeance will be mine. I have vengeance.
You know what? Sure.
Yes.
Sure. You hear the screech and a recoil of something that does again like basically send chills into you. You feel it almost in your rib cage of just immense fear and panic as it seems to sort of skitter back as it keeps going in a certain direction. And you look down back at your ankle, still sort of like huffing and puffing, trying to recover. And there is a small, basically, piece of flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And I do say that with a question mark. It sort of resembles, basically, an octopus tentacle, but it is covered in fur. And there are no suction cups.
Oh, the fuck! I'm grabbing that thing.
Uh-huh. It's not that big. It's maybe like the size of half of your arm. But it does drip with
Not just any hentai, a furry hentai.
Cass, I want a divorce.
Hey, Liz was the one that described it as being fuzzy.
Anything we can make dirty, we will.
We're dealing with an
adults.
octopus.
Absolutely.
We're adults with adult money.
Playing
And
theater
adult
of the
brain.
mind. Of course it's all dirty.
Oh my god. But
Anyway, continue.
yes,
I'm sorry.
you do pick it up. It feels basically like a big hunk of meat. And it drips with like sort of this really dark red ooze. It has like a consistency of slime almost.
Oh.
As it comes from that place that you blew it off, basically. And you start to hear the others running in your direction, but it does scatter off into the distance.
Lily with us?
I mean, you guys were running, and then you saw her. Basically, her eyes shone purple for a moment, and then she started
Well, I
coughing
was
up blood.
behind you. If you guys were running towards it, you wouldn't have seen me do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
But
I
as soon as
wouldn't have
that
left
was-
unless
without
you looked
Lily.
back.
I
Yeah.
definitely would. I'm making
As soon
sure
as-
that people are with us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as soon as that my spell failed, I would have started running towards Sam. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, old soldier, I'm keeping track of every ally battle best as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Is
And you guys are running. She's a bit of a ways away. You could see her way far off in the distance, but you could get to
They
her.
would have at least seen the flash of the rifle.
Yeah, you would have at least seen the flash of the rifle. And the clouds start to almost dissipate, and it does give you a little bit of additional light. Unless you still also have your beam sword, which also provides a lot of light.
Yes.
So you could make your way over to her pretty easily, and Sam, you also see them making their way to you.
Do I see all three of them?
Yes.
Guys! And so I have the thing, the tendril in one hand, I have my gun in the other, and I'm waving the hand with the tendril up.
well, good. Brought a snack.
So I'll just hold out my sword, and I'll just once we've all regrouped, I'll just look out, and I'll speak into the darkness, and I'll just be like, I don't know who you are, or what you are. But if you can understand me, which you should be able to, know that if you mean us no harm, we will cause you no harm. But if you mean to hurt others for the sake and the pleasure of doing so, I will stop you. Nothing will stop me. And I will not rest until you have not a single victim that you can claim. Ever again. And I just listen for a response.
Yeah.
I hear the coughing from Lily, and I look to her. What does Lily look like right now?
Lily, she looks a bit sweaty, a bit dirty, and also, like, a lot of red on her chest and on her face. She looks like she's
Sold my Kool-Aid.
Yeah, she looks like she's been digging into some red Kool-Aid.
So she's going to panic a little bit when she sees Lily. Lily, what happens?
Don't worry,
Really?
it's her own blood.
It hurts.
That's why I'm
Fine,
concerned, Captain. What happened? Are you okay?
It's happened sometimes. Don't worry about it.
No, Lily, we need to get you out of here.
No, we're gonna kill this thing first.
And does she look like she's still able to walk and what doesn't look all shaky? And
She does, yeah. But Lily, at that, you hear a voice in your head. I would listen to her. Get out.
No.
no, what?
Just know, she's done with the campaign.
She just gets up and walks away.
Bye! You know what? That's fair. That is fair.
No!
No! I'm done.
We're not done here. Unless the thing has stopped making noise. We have to keep going.
It seems like right now things are turning back to normal. You guys are hearing the critters back, and the moonlight is coming back. The noise of the regular forest is coming back.
Is color returning?
You guys had color.
Okay.
That black and white was only for a moment.
Okay. Like when you enter a new level on a video game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was just rendering.
We have to keep going.
Sam, are you sure, Lily?
Yes.
Sam is still very concerned. However, she has kind of come to recognize that Lily is kind of stubborn. So
Also, she has no sense of self-preservation.
yeah. So Sam is basically with that worried look on her face looking to Lily. She's going to tell Lily, all right, but I need you to stay close to me now from here on in, all right?
Okay.
In case I need to pick you up and drive down, all right?
Okay. Also, in case
Okay.
I need to save you.
Fair. Okay.
All right, what are we doing?
And
Let's
Captain?
go. Start walking the direction to get to the thingy.
Yeah, Captain.
He just silently puts his sword away. He didn't hear a response from the creature, right?
That was only in Lily's head. You didn't hear anything else.
No, the creature I was talking to.
No.
Okay. Was the same creature?
You didn't,
Because I was talking to the creature that was attacking us.
you were talking to the creature that was attacking? Oh, okay. You have you didn't get any response.
Okay. Like, it was a vague sort of, if you're here peacefully, I will help you. If not, run.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically that scene from the 11th hour, from the end of the 11th hour. Hello,
Mhm.
I'm the captain.
Yeah.
Basically,
Let the other guy go first.
You are unsure whether or not your message was heard. I'll say that. You get no
Don't
response.
I have an ability for that?
Do you have an ability for that?
I'm pretty sure one of my abilities is basically everything understands me. Whether
But
it
not
should or
necessarily
not.
everything hears you.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it didn't, like, if it's just out of range, then it's out of range. Like, one of my abilities has, like, a thing where everything... Yeah, communicate with something you couldn't normally communicate with by normal means. So I have something that gives me the ability to just talk to things I shouldn't be able to talk
what
to.
ability is that? Is that from your science or?
It's something. It's from the something of perception. I spelled it wrong. The doors of perception.
Okay.
Yeah.
By using advanced.
So,
Oh, but I mean, you gotta tell me when you're using that, my man. Because
Okay.
that is a roll.
okay.
Um,
I'll roll for that.
by using
I'll still
advanced-
say it all out loud, but
Mhm.
like I'll roll for it.
You
For whether or not it
use
scares me, I guess.
magic with plus sharp instead of plus
Yeah.
weird. So this is basically you rolling plus sharp.
Yeah, I took that because it's basically the TARDIS translation matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another thing that fits in with the character. All right, so plus weird.
Yes, or plus sharp.
Okay, so
Plus
sharp for me, but
Yeah. It usually would be weird, but you're
Yeah.
for this is sharp.
so that's 8 plus 3. That's 11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
Communicate with someone or something that you cannot communicate with by normal means.
So it could just not have heard me.
Okay.
Or maybe it is, and it wishes not to answer. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to think back to what you were saying.
the gist of it is, if you're here peacefully, I will not hurt you. If you intend to hurt others for the sake of hurting others, I will stop you.
The only response you get from your statement is a very low growl and the skittering of that rattlesnake, still sort of keeping its distance from your proximity.
And do I understand that is that interpreted as like words or something?
No.
Okay.
If anything, you get the sensation that it is a warning. Sort of like a form of intimidation.
So be it.
You're being challenged.
And I'll just sit there and I'll silently say to, or just in a low voice, I'll just say, "So be it. But I warned you. If you are intent on being a monster, then I will. I do."
You were cutting out there at the very end.
Fuck Christ. If you are intent on playing the monster, then I will do what I do best. I stop the monsters. And I'll just sheath my sword.
Right. So what are we doing now? Sam, you've
Moving
gotten...
towards the temple.
Yeah, I just turn and start walking towards the temple again. Or wherever it is we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay,
I think.
no scratches, no internal bleedings or anything like that.
I'm fine
She says that she
physically.
looks alright. Alright.
And just as he passes Laura, believe in monsters now. And just keeps
I
walking.
mean, you're one.
I mean,
I toss the piece of tendril to Laura.
Yeah, no,
as
no.
she says
Even I
that,
think
he
it's gross.
stops in his tracks. And anybody who can see his face, which is probably nobody, because I'm assuming he's everyone, would see that as she says that he's the monster, he stops and you're not wrong. And he keeps walking.
You would make an excellent Dalek.
Kinda.
all right. So you guys are continuing your way towards your original location.
I take back my tendril.
Oh, yeah, Laura, you get Sam tossing to you that strange sack of furry tendril.
That's oozing
I don't want
red
that.
slime.
Yeah.
Oh, this is proof that monsters exist, that cryptids exist. Take
Well,
back the
it's
tendril.
creepy.
That's the point.
Lily just hawks up a bloody loogie.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's the point. And that's why people like me exist.
If you don't pay attention, you might turn into people like me.
You're how old again? Comforting.
Okay.
Comforting.
Oh gosh.
We need to get that looked at, Lily. And and Sam just like switches her like she'll put the tendril in like a well actually she'll put the tendril in Captain's pouch thing that's holding the cookie jar.
In
He's
my
the only
coat
one with a
pocket.
bag. Okay, do you have any other pockets in that coat of yours?
Yeah, I got plenty of them.
Okay,
They're all
she's gonna
bigger on
look
the
for-
inside.
Okay, she's going to find a spare pocket, shove the tendril in there, put her rifle in her left hand, and then pat Lily on the head.
And
so everybody,
I take the hand off my head and I just hold it as we walk.
As they're doing that, as I hear the conversation about Lily's age, and I just point my cane backwards, and I zap it, and I see if I can tell exactly how old Lily is. That seems like something the doctor could and would do.
you get just the frequency telling you that she's 12 years old.
12 years old, birthday, whatever you want your birthday to be.
Yeah.
31st, born on a blood moon.
No, her parents did what Penny's parents did. They conceived her during a Cthulhu sort of thing.
Dude, I love that scene. Anywho, could you tell
Anyway.
I could be a fan of Penny Dreadful? Oh man, I gotta rewatch.
Oh no, I was
that.
talking about Kenny from South Park.
Oh, you said Kenny? I thought you said Penny.
No,
There
I
was
said
like a
Kenny.
weird ritual thing that they did in that show. That's what I
Yeah.
thought you were referring to.
Yeah, that's the reason why Kenny was always brought back each episode after he
Oh, that's
gets
funny.
off.
Well,
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons that Kenny keeps getting brought back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because there's been multiple explanations.
Yeah.
right. You
That was
guys
just
make
the
your
most
way.
recent one.
You guys make your way to the location, and you find yourselves at a clearing. A relatively wide clearing. It is of a complete open circle, a ring of trees, sort of just empty, and just an empty space. You don't see anything at the moment, just empty space.
Do I
this wasn't-
recognize this space?
Or Sam?
Sam, you wouldn't recognize it. Lily... Roll me plus weird.
Okay, that's 9.
It feels familiar. Very lightly, but again, it's sort of like looking at a place from a dream. You're like, huh, I know I've seen this, but like, did I see this? I think I did.
I want to walk forward to see if there's anything invisible in this clearing.
Sam is also looking around. Well, this is different from when I was around this part last time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there were being a lot more trees.
Mm-hmm. Lily, as you're walking towards the center, you're not seeing or feeling anything. Is anyone going to be making any moves?
So
I'm
Sam
analyzing
is-
my surroundings as well.
Okay, so then
I'm looking around.
all of you roll investigate a mystery.
Also, Sam and Lily are still holding hands, so Sam is kind of walking with Lily.
No. Yes, I
Love it.
approve.
10.
10.
That's plus sharp, right?
Yes.
Excellent. 9.
9.
Jesus, I am just rolling just enough. Like, hold up. So my sharp is a +2, and I got a 2 and a 3 to make a 5.
Oh.
Holy
So this
shit.
is
Wow,
like-
plus
so this
2.
is like-
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
like,
minimum.
I'm like rolling all of the minimums tonight.
I mean, whether you made it. Okay. And what about you, Laura?
Well,
12. Okay. With that, you
Nice.
know what I will do, since I have never had to do this before, but I think I will do this. I will let all of you decide what 3 questions to ask me.
Oh god, we're gonna be arguing for the next 15 minutes.
Now, is
I
it
could
like
read
all-
from the
Just
I
15
could-
minutes? You give us a lot of credit.
I
True.
could, I could read from the list if you would prefer, or you could make your own questions, but there is only up to 3.
So
And I
3
will say
questions-
it will be based off what you are doing to investigate.
So 3 questions as a whole group, or 3 questions?
3
from each of
questions
us?
as a whole group.
Okay.
Okay. I think one of them should be, is something hidden in the glade?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
definitely
that should be the...
So-
like, is there
so,
something
like,
cloaked
what is-
here?
What is being concealed? Sure.
Yeah.
How
to get in?
I know what the captain would want to ask, but like, it's probably I kind of like out of character know what the answer is, and it's probably not something the whole group would want to know. So
Wasn't one of the questions how to get in?
So for investigate a mystery, one more time, let me pull it up. I know it's here. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? Where did it go? What is it going to do? And what is being concealed here? So what is being concealed here is one of them. But again, I will allow you guys to ask me questions that may not fit on that list. But I would like for it to be consecutive amongst all of you. And, you know, based off of what you're doing to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what about... Because we're probably going to get an answer to, is something concealed here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the answer... Like, if we're assuming the answer is yes, then one of the next question should be, how is it connected to what's happening in town?
And if it's
To the coyote attacks.
or
Right.
if the answer is no, nothing is concealed here, then what Sam would be thinking of, how when was this clearing created?
Or where is the church?
So-
Temple or whatever.
Okay, so we have the second
where's
question.
the church would
What it,
be mine.
What's
Okay.
that?
I'm leaning more towards where's the church.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
So what is
So we
being
have-
concealed?
Okay, so we have a branching pathway here. If answer is there is something being concealed here, then our question is how does it relate to what's happening in town?
Mm-hmm.
Is that agreed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If there is nothing being concealed here, then our next question, our question 2 is, what was it?
How to get in the? Where's the church?
Yeah.
The one that I suggested was how long ago did this clearing come
Right.
about?
Right. How old is the clearing?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that should be question 2. Those should be our
Right,
question
yeah,
2.
so that's 1 and then the 2, depending on your answer.
So we've
you
got a
guys
flow
have-
chart going.
Yes. So, I have it here, don't worry. So you all have one more question.
So the question is, where's the church?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, assuming that the church isn't the thing being concealed.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be on
Right.
path number 2 on our flow chart.
Right.
That would be our third question. What's our third question on path number 1 on the flow chart?
Definitely, how's the keeper doing today?
No, I'm so glad you asked. No one ever asks me anything.
Fabulous.
So
Sure,
one more-
just flirt with the keeper. It's fine. I understand. You're trying to get somewhere. I understand. It's fine.
It's always how good is your keeper, not is your keeper good. Like,
Oh, I'm always good.
You're always great, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Okay, so the third question would be
In Route
how
1.
does- I mean, I keep coming back to how is it involved with the gnomes?
That's one of your second questions, though.
Yeah, so
How about this?
can we have the questions asked?
I was about to say. I can hold that last question for you guys, but you all have to agree when you're going to ask your last question.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I can
let's
do
get through the first 2 questions then first, and then we do our last question depending on the answers we get.
Sure. Okay. Narratively, though, I would like to ask, what are you guys doing to investigate? I know Sam and Lily are sort of like walking through the clearing, right?
I'm obviously, scanning everything with my fucking sonic cane.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Laura,
Just walking around.
you're walking around. Okay.
Like, around the clearing, not going into the fucking clearing.
Sure.
I'm also, like, keeping track of smells and sounds and tastes.
Sure.
What does the time taste like right now? Probably something that the doctor and by extension the captain could actually fucking tell.
Yeah. And then Sam doing like the human equivalent of like keeping tabs on the surroundings as her
And Lily's
hunter
just like-
senses do.
Yeah. You're probably still like at 90 out of 100 right now, just because of what you've been through.
Everything is wired, just like twig snaps.
Still holding Lily's hand, partially out of protection, partially out of comfort.
So, okay, you rolled a 10, a 9, a 7, and a 12. Okay. All of you are walking
actually
through
had
this.
good rolls
I
this
know.
time.
I'm very proud of you guys. All of you are walking around through the clearing. Captain, your cane is still sort of like confirming that you are in the right area, but you're not sure why you're not seeing anything as of yet.
There's nothing
Laura,
like coming up for like cloaking mechanisms or anything like that.
well, here, let me finish. Lily and Sam, you guys are walking pretty much in the middle of the clearing, not really seeing anything as of yet. Laura, as you're walking around the actual proximity of the sort of clearing, at one point you notice something on the floor. It is a piece of cobblestone that's sort of like coming up from the ground, and it sort of continues on into a pattern, almost like a path. And it it's to lead its way into the center of this clearing, but it stops suddenly.
Oh.
And there's a little bit of a shimmer when you're looking down at the cobblestone from the moonlight. And it reminds you almost like glitter or stars in the cobblestone itself.
It's probably a dumb mistake, but I'm gonna walk on the cobblestone path and stop where the path stops to look at it further.
You walk and you take your steps, and you stop where it stops. And you look close. There's a little tiny bit of a maybe ledge. It's still peeking out from the bottom of the ground. But you really can't tell. You're not sure. There's just a soft, cool breeze that passes by you and hits your face. It blows your hair a little bit in the wind. But that's all that happens.
I'm gonna call the others over. Hey guys, this path just stops in the middle of the clearing.
I will take Lily with me and catch up with Laura.
I mean, paths do tend to always have an end.
Yeah, but let's go and check it out. Maybe we'll find something.
Okay.
And I mean, there's this shimmer stuff, like glitter or something.
I imagine all of you are making your way towards. Okay.
Yeah.
As you walk towards where Laura is standing, you all sort of still feel that same breeze pass by, and you're looking down at the cobblestone, and it does resemble, even though the color is not the same, the shimmer sort of feels similar to the keelstone.
Not saying my character doesn't remember what that is, but
It's the thing I have in my pocket.
It's a thing
right,
inside
okay, cool.
Thing in the cookie jar.
Right. Okay, cool.
The thing inside the cookie jar.
And I'll just reach into my pocket, I'll lift open the lid and pull out the stone.
Okay.
And I'll just hold it in my hand and compare the two.
Right. And as you do, the moment that you reach in and pull it out from the cookie jar, there is almost a flash of light that comes from the pupil. And you look up, and there's a structure from the path of the cobblestone and leads up. There are stairs of this ancient-looking cathedral-like structure. It is all cobblestone and all marble. The steps are worn and withered and still crackling, but there's enough for you to reach up towards huge old wooden structure doors that reach up to a peak at the top. There are several windows to the side that are glass but now shattered. And it reaches pretty large down, and you guys continue to look up. There seems to sort of be remnants of towers or of a ceiling now completely gone, and it is also enwrapped in vines and ivy leaves everywhere. And it reaches pretty much the entirety of this clearing.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't here when I was here last.
So it's a key, not an anchoring point.
Well
Glad I
then,
had the idea to bring it along.
yeah. Otherwise, we probably
Yes,
would have
but
never
you
found
had
this
the
thing.
idea.
Totally my idea. It's absolutely my idea and no one else's. Not the voices in my head.
It was
Fine.
definitely
Yeah, not
not something you got from the DM in a private
Nope.
conversation off
Nope.
out of game.
Nope. That means that we would just have to have gone back to the car just to get it again.
Or maybe be killed. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Maybe be killed.
Yeah.
Probably be killed.
Twice.
We should probably go in.
We probably shouldn't go in.
But are we
However,
going to?
Why were we looking for it? We're not going in.
she's got a point, because we got to find some connection between this, what we just encountered, and the issue with the gnomes.
Yeah,
Never trusted
I know. I was gonna do a thing. Never mind. Let's just go.
You're like, we shouldn't go in. Let's go in.
That was basically what I was trying to do, and then just nope.
We're not letting
So
you
the
have a
captain just
moment,
plays it off, just
Captain.
like that's what I was. Fuck it.
Too bad, Captain. I just stole your moment.
Oh, that's
This
great.
is no time for a dramatic speech.
But that's
You already had
my-
like two of them.
My character.
That's all I do. I
Dramatic
take it.
speeches, and then I say something, I ramble, something clever happens, and I win. That's my whole character.
And then sad
Well-
singing music plays in the background.
The saddest violin.
I click a button on my cane, and just sad violin music starts playing.
It's just sad Enya playing in the background.
How appropriate. Oh, God. Woo, okay. So are all of you entering?
Yep.
Apparently.
We're going to 10 tonight, right?
Yes, right?
Okay.
That's what we agreed on.
Yeah.
Unless you
think
want to stop here, but I think it might be a little bit. It might help to push the plot a little bit. If we
Yeah,
keep
I'm just
going.
wondering if we're about to enter this thing and something big and climactic is about to happen, maybe stopping here is the better idea. I don't know, you're the one in charge. I'm just wondering. Because if whatever happens next is going to take a while, it might be better.
Well, that is going to depend on how long you guys plan to investigate this space. So I'll say, I'll give it at a good stopping point. But I'll let you guys enter, and then we'll see where we are when we get closer to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys walk up this structure, and you touch the wooden doors that lead inside. It creaks, and also the wood is old and cracked and also covered in vines. You push open, and there is basically a structure of a cathedral. There are pews that line from your right and your left, and a walkway in the center. There is some beams of basically rainbow colors, as it comes from the mosaic glass windows that still remain from the sides that line from both from the edges onwards towards the entirety of the cathedral. And everything here is still very old and decrepit and has not seen any life in a very long time. And at the end of this cathedral is another set of stairs, not as many, but it's basically a platform that's gated. There are iron gates that basically come off the walls from the sides and up in a very ornate way. In its center on the platform seems to be some sort of marble-like structure that comes from the ground up. It is carved, and it almost holds a bowl at the top. But the most notable part of this place are the mosaic windows that still remain that Lily you saw before, that hide basically behind the iron gates all the way at the end of the hall. And you do see the mixtures of the yellows and the oranges and the blues and of the eye in the center window at the top.
Guys, I figured it out. It's the Illuminati.
Shut up!
First thing I want to do is scan to see if we are in an alternate dimension, as per like what the stone, what my earlier readings of the stone were saying, because you were saying like it can be an anchor, extra dimensional travel.
Mm-hmm.
So did we cross into a different dimension when we opened up this area?
But also, we still have our second question of how is this connected to the gnomes?
Right.
Oh yeah, and our third question.
Yeah.
So maybe that is our third question.
I do have a question
Yes.
separate from that.
Yes.
How do we do like the special moves?
Special moves usually apply in like specific situations.
Okay,
So
because I'm
yeah.
wondering about one of mine.
Mhm.
That says if you want to stumble across something important, tell the keeper, and you'll find something important and useful, although not necessarily related to your immediate problems.
Okay, which move is that?
That is called oops.
Okay.
God, you really are Daphne.
Like, honest to God, yes. That is her character, but I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the best classes or the best playbooks in the like it's nuts.
I
It's
can see why.
it's stupid nuts how OP the mundane is. But anyway, so I'm trying to pull up that character sheet because I know it's in here. There it is. And you're using oops.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I thought. That is based off a roll. So I need
It
you.
is?
Yes. So if you want to stumble across something important, roll plus weird. Treat the results as if you had investigated a mystery, but anything you discover by
ew.
dumb luck rather than skill. So it is a roll.
Ew. Why does it have to be plus weird?
I mean,
Because there isn't a luck stat.
So that would be 8.
there is luck, but 8. Okay. All right. So you're doing that. Captain, you're doing the scanning with the ultimate dimension. I'm going to ask real quick, Lily and Sam, what are you doing?
I was gonna make my way to the back to the stained glass that I had seen before, where the arch gateway was.
Yes, okay. And Sam, what are you doing?
Sam is with Lily.
Okay.
Still holding her hand. And
Come on, Mom, let's go look at this weird thing.
basically, and Sam is pretty much taking everything in, also keeping an eye out because this is territory now.
Mhm.
She doesn't know what to make of any of this. It's like,
Mhm.
how the hell has this been here
Mhm.
this entire time? Judging by how old this is, how has this been here and no one's noticed?
Okay.
Maybe we should finish those first two questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
We love you.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
do
like,
do I see carvings?
I see carvings of gnomes. Or coyotes.
Or foxes.
Or anything that could have fuzzy tentacles.
Is there anything that relates this temple to what we were originally investigating in the...
Yep.
From what you can see, no.
Okay.
Oh, good.
There's just 2 mysteries going on now. Awesome.
Great if we
Three if
encounter the tentacle monster.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping the tentacle monster is the gnomes. Let's to be fair.
Let me write that down. God damn it.
So we got a.
This is better than I was like, you guys are great at this. I don't
We
know.
got a.
Okay, alright, okay.
The sentient gnome rings and tentacle floof. Got it.
Okay. Alright, we have 20 minutes. Alright, so this is what I'll do. So you guys are pretty much all sort of headed towards the back of the cathedral where and I'm so upset that I lost my map for it. I did have a map for this. I'll try to recreate it, but anyway. You guys are headed back towards these stained glass windows that you saw. Laura, you're sort of following along with them. And Captain, you are in the middle of scanning with your cane. And Lily, as you go back and go up the steps past the platform and look back, there is the exact same thing that you saw before. And this place does feel familiar to you from your travels and from your nights of being alone in the woods. This place feels safe. You don't know why. You've never really encountered this place physically before. But you're not intimidated.
And then Morticia and Gomez Adams walk out from the back. Daughter, you're home!
I was about to ask, so this isn't the last place I saw my parents.
No, it is not.
Okay.
And Sam, you're getting the full depiction of what she saw, which is basically a mosaic of like warm colors of a window that's basically spans from the floor up to the ceiling, and there's a image of a sun at the top. Same thing on the left side, but it is blue and purple tones, and at the top is an image of full moon, and within the middle is sort of like a mixture of reds and blues and almost nebula-like at the top with the eye. Laura, as you're sort of wandering and following them, and also following behind with the platform, you do trip and stumble on leaves, but what you catch yourself on is the structure of the column with the bowl. And you notice that inside the bowl, it seems to be water or some sort of liquid, but it doesn't look like water. The liquid inside moves like water, and it ripples, but it's like looking into a night sky. It is dark and has... It is dark, and there are sparkles within that sort of like flicker and glow. And you can see your reflection in it, but it's almost like you could see a shooting star in the middle of this bowl streak past from one side to the other. Captain.
Love your face in it.
Liquid keelstone. Anyway.
Captain,
Yeah.
as you are sort of trying to read what dimension you are in, your cane is sort of like making a very strange noise that you're not familiar with. It almost feels like an error. And as you kind of like hear that, and you're like, oh, that's weird, you guys hear a voice from the other end of the cathedral. Oh, well, you found it. this is interesting. And there, at the edge of the entrance, is a woman in white clothing and platinum blonde hair. She stands
from the carnival.
Mm-hmm. She stands lackadaisical, sort of like her arm against the ledge, looking around. Huh. Interesting. So this must be... Okay.
You are the lady from the carnival.
All right. Hey, guys. You did a good
I'm
job.
not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing this. But it would be just hilarious. Just the captain pulls out a gun he stole from Sam somewhere along the line and shoots the bitch right in the head. She doesn't get to say anything. She just gets dead in mid-sentence.
I mean, not gonna lie, in my thought, like the thought process I was starting to have when you were introducing the new character, and then have Sam immediately pull up her pointing it at the direction of the voice. It's like, ah!
I mean, to be fair, as soon as she starts speaking, Lily whipped around and is holding her knife at ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
Laura
captain-
whipped around as well.
The captain is just glaring daggers at this woman. As far as he knows, she has used time travel, and that is just, as a Time Lord, it is just wrong. When people
That's his thing.
Well,
Right?
kind of. I mean, it kind of is if you watch Doctor Who. Like, anybody who isn't a Time Lord, time travel is just either the Time Lords look down on them or they heavily monitor them. Like, it's one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Time travel for me, but not for thee.
Would Laura
Yeah.
recognize her?
Laura, you probably would have seen her once or twice in passing, walking through Willowbrook in like the streets, or maybe you saw her once at a local grocery store, but you don't know her. She goes,
What in tarnation are you doing?
"Oh, I mean, well, this is part of the investigation, right? I mean, finally you're making strides, but I was about to send backup back there before, you've handled yourself, which, like, thank God, but... Whew,
Is this
that was
the
close.
lore keeper? Insert character.
All right. Who are you?
Yeah, I would like to know that too, as he just walks straight
me
towards
too.
her.
Okay.
Where are we?
Right.
Last time I saw you used some unknown form of time travel, which is impressive, considering I know every form of time travel.
Okay, well, here we go again. Alright, but you and I need to talk too. And she points to you, Laura. You and
Me?
I. Yes, you. I mean, we've all talked before. But you don't know that you've all talked, so I'm gonna have to go through this whole thing over again. Why? You guys can't just let me be. Okay, well, for you, and she points to you, Laura, again, most important, because I did not expect you guys to bring a random civilian into this. So, here's what we're gonna do.
Hey, I was wanting to get her home before getting over here. This one, and I point to Captain, decided to
Kidnap me?
fillet that.
It was for your own good.
I mean, to be...
Do you know that for sure?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know for sure you would have survived at home.
That...
And you know there are monsters out there now. Something slashed your tires and it wasn't a fucking coyote.
To be fair, it definitely was not a coyote. But...
Alright, what was it
It's the
then?
gnomes, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah.
That's
And she kind of, like, folds around, like, yeah.
I'm side-eyeing the captain now because Sam is mad that he was, in fact, right about the gnomes.
But look. Here's what we're gonna do. Because we're gonna have to do this all over again. Right?
What all
What
over
do you mean
again?
all over again?
If you...
How many times have you reset us?
Oh, man. How many times have I reset you guys? That's interesting.
You know what?
It's been a
Very
while.
good question, and that has me very concerned now that you're...
Well, I mean, I'm technically not
You think
resetting
you're
you
doing it
guys.
again.
I'm... So annoying to go do this over again. Okay, alright. Everyone, just shut up. Shut up. I can't believe you brought a random civilian in this, but we need more people. So, you, Miss Laura, we need a contract. Just like you guys.
I'm sorry, a what now?
A contract.
Why is that?
Because.
Suddenly reminded of a particular bank robbery.
Because we need your permission to participate, because what you're going to be doing and what they're all going to be doing, what you've all sort of kind of agreed to before, not the most safest thing to do, but it's a lot. So, Captain, the reason why your thing isn't working is because, well, this is what's been happening, and I'm explaining this again. You ever see oil and water mix?
No.
They're not supposed to, right? Whatever this world is, or this dimension, or whatever the hell this is, and like whatever's still happening in this weird-ass town, is oil. Earth is water. They are mixing, and we don't know why.
That's not possible.
We thought so too!
But
you know, here we are. So,
But Willowbrook's all been part of Earth.
Yes. And Willowbrook has been stuck in 1995 for the past 3 years.
What?
Yeah. You guys don't notice because whoever is
That's
or
why
whatever.
Weird.
There you go. And that's why whatever or whoever is doing this is making sure you guys don't notice. What we have discovered in the past, as our agents continue to investigate here, is a few things. One, whoever has already been in Willowbrook and lived in Willowbrook, essentially, can no longer leave Willowbrook. Trust me. Any attempt to leave, you will be right back here. We don't know why. 2.
Oh, there goes my plan.
That also explains why my TARDIS doesn't work. It can't travel between dimensions, and therefore can't travel out of here.
There you go. We're getting there. Right? It's okay. 2. We've discovered that our agents who do investigate and maybe gather, let's say, a little bit too much information, or they get close to figuring out who or what is doing this, they are dispatched of, and quickly. And when she says that, she glances at you, Sam.
But what do you mean dispatched real quickly?
How did your parents die?
I didn't quite see what took them, but I was really young when it happened, and I basically had to run for my life, and basically whatever took them almost took me just now. And I go to Captain, and I rummage through the pocket that I put the fuzzy tentacle in, and pull it back out.
Ugh.
It might be this thing, whatever this thing belonged to.
Yeah, no.
What did your parents do?
What?
And what did your parents do?
What I remember of that night is there was a lot of screaming, some form of attempt at trying to protect themselves and me. Hearing at least one of them, I don't remember which one, telling me to run, and then just screams.
Right.
Did they do what you do?
Basically,
Were they
we were
hunters?
not the kind that I am. If anything, we were more like the Browns.
Well, your parents were agents for us.
What?
Yeah. Last time I told you this, It was a while back, but that's why you agreed to work and continue hunting down monsters. To find out what killed your parents. But
So why doesn't she remember this?
Because
Yeah, because what
Oh, go ahead.
I remember trying to figure all this out on my own. That's why in town, Laura can even attest to this. I'm the crazy cryptid lady.
Right.
Your
Hey,
words,
there's a reason
Laura.
I didn't want to be around you.
Right.
And I understand
trying to
that.
be nice.
Right.
No,
But that,
I get it. I get
that
it.
wasn't until you were older. That was like you were an adult by the time we approached you. Because, I mean.
Yeah, no, I wasn't any older than Lily here when my parents were taken.
Right. But before then, your parents made a contract with us to continue investigating what was going on in Willowbrook. However, at one point, they seemed to be getting to a certain... They seemed to be gathering information and at a good pace. We were getting a lot, and it was great. But they were dispatched of. They were killed. Chasing something in the woods that they weren't supposed to.
Was it something giant and rattling the noises like a rattlesnake?
Yes. We don't know how you survived. But you survived. Which is great. And then...
I remember just running like hell.
Right. Well, to be fair, it probably had enough with what it took, so to speak. But as to your question as to why you don't remember, is because another thing we've discovered so far is that whoever or whatever is in control of all of this nonsense seems to have some sort of telepathic link with everyone here. So any information that you gather, or if you get a little bit too close to finding out the truth, it's donezo for you. But what we do to make sure, that to sort of like avoid that now that we've learned that's what's been happening, you all sign a contract to make sure that you will continue to investigate and to sort of like solve the mysteries as we go while we observe from the outside. And we gather information from the back.
Now, you said that this has happened multiple times before. How many are we talking here?
Woo! For just you, Sam?
For really all of us, since you have made mention that you have been to all of us in the past.
Well, actually, Captain is a newest addition, because you fell here and then it was a whole thing with, your TARDIS or whatever. We were trying to find it. Thankfully, you found it. But we did inform you what was going on, and so that's why we're here. With you, Sam, oh man, it's been at least a year.
A year of doing this multiple times?
A year of encountering mysteries in Willowbrook, solving them, and then we reset everything. Or at least what we can before anyone could catch on that you know too much that you shouldn't.
So, with how many times things have been reset, so you put in Willowbrook, and the multiple times that you and I have conversation, how many of those times did I sign a contract with you?
Oh, just once. That's all we need.
So this would be the first time I sign a contract with you then?
Yes. Are you, what? Are you asking if you've died and then signed the contract again? Because that's not possible. Even we can't do that.
She's asking Laura to sign the contract.
Right.
Not you.
Yeah.
You're not signing anything. You've already signed. Apparently the three of us have all already signed. Laura's the one who needs to sign now, apparently. I'm not saying that in-game. That's out of game.
Yes.
So I'd like to I'd like to do the monster of the equivalent of an insight check on this lady.
I mean, sure. Roll me. I don't know. Roll me plus sharp.
Okay.
I would like to do the same.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, honestly.
Go ahead.
Oh fuck yeah!
That just
Let's
seems legit
go.
to me.
That is nearly the highest I can go, which is 11 plus 3, so 14.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Five.
I got a
Got
5.
a 10.
10. And then what about you, Lily?
I'm not rolling.
Oh, you're
She
not
seems
rolling?
legit to me.
Okay.
Laura is though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I got a 5. So I already
And as you guys are sort of like getting a beat on this lady, she may be annoying as all hell and certainly irritating, but you don't really sense any malice from her.
Okay.
So how many times have I been reset?
I think it's been about 2 times now.
I remember once. What was the first?
Hey guys, I really have to use the head. I'm sorry.
Sure, go
That's
ahead. No, I mean like 2 times including this. The first you coming here, and then I had to we had to sign so that you thought that you only came here once, but so it was you signing the contract. Technically, the first reset, and then the whole tree thing. That was the next reset.
So when we sign the contract, we instantly reset and...
Sort of. You reset. We reset your basically conscious knowledge or unconscious knowledge, so that you don't remember that you signed a contract, because we're not supposed to be here investigating, because again, that's how danger happens.
How many times have myself or Lily been reset then?
Lily's only been reset 2 times.
And then
Did I
me?
sign my contract, or did someone sign it for me?
You, my dear, signed it yourself. Although you had someone
that's
with
legal?
you who was like, whew.
Is that legal?
I mean, ugh,
I mean, she's not of emancipation age.
yeah, she is in the state of PA, technically. So, and also, you
Right,
do
but-
have assistance of your own, Lily, and that's another reason why we thought it was a little bit more appropriate for you to at least do some undercover work in the shadows.
That brings me to my next question. Things aren't adding up with what you've said so far. You said Willowbrook has been stuck in 1995 for...
Yes.
If you've been here since Sam's parents were active, that's a much longer time.
Yeah.
To put it into perspective, Willowbrook's population in the beginning of, or before all of this happened, wasn't 2,000, but it was at least 5. We've lost a lot.
That doesn't explain the time difference you yourself are working with.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know why this place is stuck in the time that it's in. We don't know why this weird other dimension is stuck here or almost mixing here. But that's what we're trying to figure out. See, the whole thing happened with like a frequency.
But you're still avoiding my question.
Which is?
If the place has only been stuck for 3 years, why have you been here apparently so much longer?
Have been things going on since before the 3 years stuck.
Before the 3 years? No.
Yeah.
Since the 3 years,
So-
sure. And I'm here because the people above me have, Well, they haven't made it through the transition this long.
So
What
why?
transition?
Oh, right. That's right. I don't know if I told you guys this.
No.
You see, I'm not really here.
Sam puts a hand out to a lady to try to poke her.
You try to poke her and your hand goes through.
Well, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Just out of game, I swear to God, if you are basing this campaign off the Hollow Netflix, I'm gonna punch you.
No, you're not.
I'm getting WandaVision vibes right now.
See, I'm not really here. This is basically a very heavy telepathic link. I'm outside of here, observing. But this is how I communicate with you guys.
Is
There's
this actually all
still-
just happening in our imagination where we're actually just adults sitting at computers playing make-believe in our minds?
God, I hated that show so much. The Hollow was so bad. It was so bad. Like, it had potential, and then it was just like, it's a
Right?
game show the entire time. Like, oh, I hate
It
you.
was so, I know, same.
Anyway,
Lame.
Captain looks at her. You still aren't answering my question.
Okay, so then that's the thing. This telepathy thing takes a lot-ish, my guy. A lot of it. People past me, but was in my position that I was now. Basically, they couldn't take keeping this up
That
anymore, so that's why I've
My
only been...
question is, this weirdness in Willowbrook has only been around for 3 years. But you have been investigating for... How old are you, Sam?
well, until we found I've been stuck in 1995 for 3 years. I am 27, 28, about to be 28.
Meaning, before that, there are minimum 24 years unaccounted for by your own recollection. But you were here 24 years ago. Not 3 years ago, 24 years ago.
Oh, that...
How were her parents able to sign a contract with your organization?
If you've only been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what made like
Don't you dare say that's classified.
I will stab the ghost of your ghost if you say that is classified.
I mean, you can try.
especially since the fact that you've apparently been with us a few times already, you might as well tell the truth.
Since apparently you can wipe our memories of anything at will.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I need your permission first, and also, you're just not conscious of it, but, yeah.
I mean, it's not like we really had permission to get our to have the attempt of minds being wiped when we dealt with the tree situation.
What I mean
the
by...
tree situation?
Don't worry about it. It wasn't
Well,
zombies.
yeah.
We
We'll
fixed
fill you
it.
in later.
We
We'll-
cleaned that up.
Later.
It was creepy.
Oh,
Yeah, it was creepy.
okay.
We'll fill you in on that later, Laura.
By the way, how are
okay.
your joints, Laura? Are they still stiff?
My joints?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And
Oh,
what
believe-
does that have to do with any of this?
I believe recreational marijuana is still...
right. So 1995 has been happening for a very long time. This time period has been still here for a while. So even though... Oh man, how do I... It's so much.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
just out of game,
And
did
then,
you
like, I
just
also
get
see-
some numbers wrong?
And also I see that there's a time. And I'm like, fuck, how am I going to explain all of this? And like...
Okay. Out of game question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just get some numbers wrong when you said 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It was
okay.
it was numbers wrong too. And I was like, oh man, this is why I'm really mad I lost my notebook. Because I had all this written down. It's like, no, it was 3 years, wasn't it? No,
Okay.
Anyway,
Either way,
1995.
There has to be like several decades if Sam's
Yeah.
Well,
involved.
then let's retcon that and say that she did. How long is it supposed to actually be?
Well, what is true is that Sam, your contract has only been active for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. 1995
Okay.
has been repeating for several years, and your parents were also included in the investigations of what the hell is happening in Willowbrook. And
So,
what is still
at least 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And what is still remaining is that you guys have, Captain and Lily have fairly recent contracts. Laura, you do not. And there's still the whole thing of like gathering too much information or getting too close to, figuring out what's going on, and someone else knows that you're getting certain bits of information and that you shouldn't be. The spooky, scary monsters come out.
And just get reset.
Yeah, but if you solve it, and if you get rid of everything, you make sure that everyone's safe, then it gives us a little bit of wiggle room to make sure that no one else in Willowbrook remembers. To keep everything kind of copacetic. You guys still investigate. We have some more information in the back. And we just keep going. But this also
But you're not
telepathy thing
mentioning-
is like...
And what
So-
she's not mentioning is the running clock. The longer we take, the more people in Willowbrook die that we can't stop.
Yeah. Because we still got a gnome infestation to deal with.
Right.
Now-
Yeah, that's weird. You even seen those things yet?
They're weird, yes.
No, you haven't seen them. You haven't seen them yet. Ooh, man.
So,
All right. Do you know how to deal with these things then to make it a little easier on us to get rid of them?
Well, from what we can see so far, they don't move in the daytime. One. They don't move. They don't do anything in the daytime. Two, it seems that their intent to also make sure that no one leaves town. Hence,
And there's
all the
already
tires
some
being
sort
slashed.
of-
Huh?
And we just left town.
Yeah, but you know what? This is good. I've never seen this place before, but I can definitely tell it's connected to some of our other agents in here, who we also been in contact with from the other world.
Safe in here.
This is a SCP BS.
I don't think that exists yet.
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
sorry.
Or it
what
might. I don't know what time frame we're in. Really.
So that it does explain why they. I didn't pick up the gnomes when we were at the yard sale.
Sam making another pop culture reference from the future.
Yeah.
Except it might not be the future! Because we might be 30 years in the future!
Mm-hmm.
You're just picking up pop culture references from today.
Yeah. It sort of like
no.
comes in bits and
Seeping
pieces
through the
in your mind.
cracks.
Yeah, seeping through the cracks into Sam's mind. That would explain why Sam has been able to make pop culture references from kind of the future, because she's actually making pop culture references in real time, but Willowbrook is stuck in 1995.
But yeah,
no.
so this is actually really good. Okay. Awesome. Right. I'm gonna have to make sure that
Who's the
this
other
place...
person you saw with me?
Yeah, who was the other person with Lily?
Oh, that dude?
A dude.
Well, I call it a dude. I don't know what the hell that thing was. Oh, man. Fucking tall.
Is this someone we should be concerned with?
I mean, it was fucking creepy to look at, but I mean, it seemed like it didn't, how do I say this? It was keeping you safe, Lily? Maybe not sane, but it kept you safe.
Well, that's not concerning at all.
Kill it one day.
I mean, you can do whatever you want to it. I mean, but, like, I wouldn't touch it.
Lily. Hey, Lily, you said that when you interacted with the stone that is here, it said some pretty nasty things to you, right?
Was
Said
it
I
the
should
stone or
keep
was
it.
it this thing?
What was this thing? It said I should keep this stone. It would be useful. I don't like being told what to do, so I threw it away. And then you picked it up.
You've let us tell you what to do.
That's different. You let me have a choice.
Lily, now that you're mentioning that something else speaks to you in your mind, is it a feminine voice or a masculine voice? Or neither?
I always thought of it as masculine, but...
It's sort of masculine, but the way you hear it almost seems like a conglomerate of many voices. Of, like, whispers and a mixture of screams and growls, but it is a low and deep-toned voice.
Oh, good. Your patron is Laudna.
I was just thinking, so it's Laudna sending me a message?
I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like when you hear it in your head. I just don't have that many voice boxes.
Yeah.
You could all. I'll have to ask Aldrich what he uses, but I could try to get you info as to what he uses for his many voices.
Thank you. That'd be awesome.
So, and you said that the person that was with Lily when she signed her contract was, as you put it, came off as slightly masculine, even though you couldn't really tell overall what they were.
Oh no. Creepy looking thing. Fucking tall. Hell of a lot of eyes. Like, it was like all eyes, almost.
Ukatoa.
Yellow eyes everywhere. Shadows. I don't even know if it had feet, to be honest.
It's Bill Cipher, isn't it?
It's Ukatoa. It's Ukatoa. Yellow eyes. It's fucking Ukatoa.
Oh, it's definitely Bill Cipher.
Does the captain say that?
I've got Bill Cipher
because out of character, wasn't either you, Captain, or you, Laura, that noticed the eye thing, or did you guys not notice that?
It would have been the captain and Laura to see the eyes, because Lily was sort of like...
we were already running towards Sam and couldn't see it.
Well, whoever looked back and noticed that Lily was just still standing there for, like, coughing up blood would have seen the eyes.
So me. I would have seen that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they came out of the trees. They came basically out of the tree branches. So,
yellow eyes?
Yeah, like a lot of them. Everywhere. I didn't see a mouth.
Okay, well, this whole thing is a particular bank robbery somebody I ran once.
But anyway, so, we know this place exists now. It seems to be connected to some other information that we've gathered, so thanks for that. But you guys should probably also get a move on, because last I checked, it's Gnome City in Willowbrook, and I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. Until, the next attack. Yeah, you. Go ahead, Sam.
You said that Willowbrook has been stuck in 1995 for some time now.
Yeah.
What year is it outside of Willowbrook?
Right now, it is the year 2030.
So, 35 years. No. Yes.
Yes.
Wait, aren't we outside of Willowbrook?
Nah, technically, you're still in the territory of Willowbrook, but
How far does this go?
Question.
But that's the thing, though. Like, as soon as you try to leave and go out the borders, you're basically still in the same stuff. So, like, you're gonna end up in the loop anyway. But you're still technically within the borders.
Have you
So if we
been
actually try to
able get-
leave Willowbrook, we'll just end up back in Willow.
Have you been able to get anything inside of
As
from
it-
inside of Will?
From inside the outside, no. We
Not even an inanimate object?
no.
Well, have you been
Have
able
you tried
to
to
get?
do so with my technology?
No.
I'm gonna work.
That would be useful. But what also be useful is for another agent to be in the inside of Willowbrook and also helping to, helping us out in this strange case. But we need your permission because we're not all.
Is she gonna
monsters.
forget as soon as she signs?
She's gonna forget this conversation, yeah. But it's up to you whether or not you want to investigate on your own or with others.
Well, I mean, Sam, I think, actually knows quite a bit, even if I was taught to believe she was the crazy lady. But I think I'd rather investigate with the other people, even if I don't like the captain.
I saved your life. Just
You're still
putting that out there.
creepy!
I mean, you
I'm
are.
an alien!
That's the whole point, dude. You're an alien and she's a human, and it's still creepy. Like, I get it. I've met them before. They can be creepy depending on who you meet.
That is just racist.
No, if anything, it'd be speciesist.
That would be...
I don't even know if that's a fucking word.
Actually,
It is.
it's still technically
it
racist
is.
because we are two different races of creature. So,
No, we're two different species of creature.
yeah,
We'll,
never mind.
we'll
Okay.
talk about this on the way back.
Hey, but before
Please
you
no.
before you do that, and she reaches back and she pulls out a piece of paper, very long. It basically is like a huge scroll of white, basically like printer paper, but it keeps going on and on and on. And by the time it reaches you, there is a line and a pen.
That should not work.
Also, that looks like a lot that she's gonna want to make sure she reads all the way through.
Yeah.
Sure, if you want.
I can read it for you.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably read it in about 5-ish minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well, what we'll do since we are past 10, it doesn't really read of anything like to sort of like loop around or anything like that. Like she's not under the entire whims of this agency. It's just basically a whole bunch of nonsense jargon explaining that she will investigate any mystery that comes up. She agrees to have basically the knowledge and the awareness of this conversation basically tapped out into a very small part of her unconscious where it is not detected by anyone else. And that, she is agreeing to sort of like put herself in danger for the cause of figuring out what the hell is going on.
Oh no!
As they're reading this and deciding on signing,
Mm-hmm.
Sam will ask the lady, so, do you know what happened to Lily's parents then? Or where they are?
You know, that's a good point. I didn't think you wanted to find your parents, Lily, I'll be honest. It didn't seem
Don't.
It's
I don't care
that.
about them.
Right.
She may not care, but I at least want to know in case she's actually orphaned, because I'm in the process of trying to adopt Lily.
I will
You
say, I haven't. In the time that I've known her, I've never seen her with parents. I asked her about them. She didn't want to. She didn't want me to know anything, so I didn't ask. I asked her if she wanted to find them. She said no, and that was that.
Because I know
But
the
that is
local
weird.
police are. Because I know that at least one of the local police officers said that he'd look into trying to find Lily's parents and seen or what happened to them, and I've already made the first steps and seen what the process would be of adopting.
Yeah. Wait. Who did you speak to on the phone?
Do I remember who I spoke with on the phone? Like, did they give a name?
You didn't get a name, but you did spoke with a woman.
I remember speaking to a woman with Child Protective Services. Here, and she pulls out the card that Officer Dillon gave to her.
And you don't know
That's the
how,
number
but
of-
she actually picks it up.
Hold on.
So, you spoke to a woman on the phone?
Yeah, at my house.
Sam,
How?
Yeah.
Child Protective Service. Do you have a Child Protective Service office in Willowbrook?
Is there a Child Protective Service in Willowbrook?
No.
No, we never really had a need of one in Willowbrook.
So, in either you somehow managed to call out of,
Or
or
someone else,
somebody lied to you.
and someone else picked up the phone.
All I remember is I spoke with a woman on the phone. She gave me the basic information as to what I need to ensure a home for a child of Lily's age. And when I spoke with the woman, I also informed her that which law officer was had told me that they were going to at least start investigating where Lily's parents were, and if they are able to figure out what happened to them.
Shit.
What?
Would a police
Laura,
officer just
if you're gonna
have-
sign. If not, we need to go.
Yeah, that's true. But thank you for that information. That is really good.
I can get you your memories back, kind of. It's not going to be pleasant, though.
I'm sorry, what now?
Just if you're worried about losing your memory of signing, I can help.
Or at least try to.
Well, we've decided that I can do this because it's hilarious.
You can help, but remember, keep in mind that there is some sort of telepathic link to people who are in Willowbrook.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why there's the precaution of having it in your unconscious.
It will be unpleasant, but I can at least give you my memory of you signing.
Okay, and she signs, which might be a mistake, but it's fine.
Oh, thank God.
It's fine. It's fine.
Wait,
Fine.
It's fine.
what?
Why would a police officer just have a card for Social Security in their pocket?
Well,
For Child Protective Services, it's kind of like local law enforcement's job to have information that's needed. At least from what I
As you
remember.
I've never seen them need that.
As you say that, and Laura, as you sign, you put your full name in, and then the pen slips back into the paper, and it rolls all the way back up from where you are to where she's standing, and then she goes, "Great, Okay, so you guys continue on back to Willowbrook. Please be careful. I don't know if whatever the hell that creature thing is still in there. But please be careful. And, later on, after all of this is finished, you'll remember, but you won't remember, okay? That's basically it. It'll be in here, but it won't be floating about in your brains.
Captain, I might really need your help on making sure that Lily is kept safe. And possibly need your help in full adoption of her.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm gonna be out. See you guys around. And she just walks out of the cathedral, and you don't see anything of her left.
Does Laura forget signing the contract?
Not yet.
Okay.
Bargain your hand.
All right, back to the TARDIS. We need to go.
Yep.
That cop is very likely in danger if the entire city is being attacked by...
Shit.
And you guys, in a panic, with the keelstone in hand, run out of the cathedral, and you keep going back and run full force back into the forest towards the van and towards Willowbrook.
Everybody in the back.
And that's where we'll leave it.
And up front with you.
Everybody in the back. This is not going to be a fun, and you're safer.
Have we even made it back to the car yet, or are we running through the forest still?
I was about to say, I think you're still running through the forest. It's going to take you a while.
As we approach the TARDIS, that's what I say.
Okay, alright, sure. As you approach it, you guys are saying this and running full force, now fully aware of what's going on and also fully knowledgeable of the continuous dangers that still lie in Willowbrook. And that's where we'll leave off for the night.
Woo!
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Yeah!
So, hold on, I need to quick calculate how old Sam really is now. Fuck.
Yee.
So, plus, well, it's 2030, so it was like...
Be almost 60-something, right?
Mm-hmm. You'd be in your 60s.
Holy
You're a
shit.
boomer!
And you're still not the oldest person on this crew.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys for bearing with me and my totally not subtle mistake of calculating years. I was like, oh fuck, wait a minute. I said 3. I didn't say 30.
And that and that would mean that Lily is somewhere in her like late 30s, early 40s at this point.
I'm a millennial, bitches.
And I would be
Definitely
in
panicking
my
about
50s.
my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be in my 50s, almost 60s.
Woman! Whoa, boy! So, thank you guys for playing, and hopefully, next week will be the last session of this night in Willowbrook.
Hopefully. And then we'll be able to get back to TPK.
Yay! Or to the
And
Andorra
I
campaign.
have some things for
Oh
you.
god.
Yeah.
A drag bar?
Oh, yes.
A drag bar?
Oh,
Fucking
yes.
Finally.
There is a drag bar that you
Drag
still need
bar.
to go to, but there is so
Just
much
mimics.
else.
And
Yeah.
there
Drag bar is just
It's a drag bar run by mimics.
Everywhere!
And
The
the drag
dress-
bar itself is a mimic.
The sequin
Everything
dress
in the
is a
bar is
mimic.
mimics.
Yes.
and the possibility of there needed to be what is it? A bachelorette party for a certain cleric.
Oh yeah, that's
Death
gonna be.
cleric.
Woo!
Hey, if you guys want to do a wedding at some point, just know so that I have time to plan.
Oh, that's gonna be a heavy conversation. Whew. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but
that's coming up in the Andorra campaign, hopefully after we finish Tales of Willowbrook. So, join us next week, hopefully at around the same time, maybe earlier, maybe at 7 o'clock. We'll see, but
probably
it'll still
on
be
time.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still be Sunday. And please check us out on all of our social medias. Check all of these lovely TikTok creators and storytellers on all of their social media. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do not let the bears bite.
Don't let the bears bite.
Don't let the bears bite.
Bye-bye, guys.
Don't let the bears
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.